Hello, my friends. I see we have so many people in the comments already. John Larson, Statman John, Chloe, Officer Gaming, thank you for joining us. Let me get our banners situated. We only have 2 games tonight, which is a little sad, but we'll do. Jenna, how are we doing this evening?
I'm good. Just had dinner. I was watching the beginning of the Leafs game with my dad, but I was gonna give my mom a hockey break, but now my dad's just watching the Leafs by himself downstairs. So
is your mother not into hockey as much as you all are?
Not as much. Like, she's into it, but like she will 100%, because she has work and stuff, so she'll 100% like go to bed in the middle of a game, and my dad and I just no.
Is that game still at 0-0?
Yes. I believe I have it pulled up here. Yes, it is still 0-0. The shots, Toronto has 6, Montreal has 2. And I think Gallagher just had a chance for Montreal that didn't go in.
Fantastic. Well, guys, thank you again for joining us. Callie, Lamaria, Vinny, I saw your comments in the video this morning about the triple overtime. Good for you for staying up, bud, because I was not staying up for triple overtime to see the Oilers officially get swept.
I was seeing that game like during intermissions of the Wild game, and the Wild game was over. I went to bed, and then I saw that they were going to the 3rd overtime, so I was like, okay, I'll just turn it on real quick.
This is why Jenna slept in late this morning, because she was up all night watching hockey.
No, I turned it on right as the goal got scored, and I was like, okay, cool, and I turned it off.
It was midnight. I don't even know what time it ended on the East Coast, like probably 2 in the morning.
I don't know. I felt like I actually woke up at a somewhat normal time today, which is 10:30.
I long for the days I can sleep in that late. I don't sleep in anymore unless I'm hungover. Thank you, Luza, for joining. Alex Smith, thanks for hopping in. We're seeing all the OGs join us nice and early. Alex Brazier. We will have, I don't even have my TV on yet, but obviously it's only 5 minutes past 8 o'clock, so the puck has not yet dropped. Let us know. Obviously, this series is a surprise tied up. The Hurricanes had a 2-0 lead in the series, and then the Preds snuck up and won the last 2. We obviously watched, we watched game 4 on Sunday, which went to double overtime. Let's all pray we don't see overtime today. And the Nashville Predators were able to pull out a win there and tie up the series. This game is in Carolina. So we will see the storm surge that Megan loves so much. We will see, hopefully, Hamilton the Pig. Alex might be on in 1 hour. She is wrapping up dinner with her family.
Priorities.
Yes, we actually have 6 minutes remaining in Toronto, Montreal, and it looks like Montreal's about to go on the power play. So let's see if they can take the lead in this 0-0 game.
Yeah. From what I've seen, their power play really hasn't been effective in this series. Is that a call on Brooke? Yeah, the Brooke is in the lineup tonight. That's a new call up for them.
If I were the hockey game, where would I be?
It's probably because the other one's on NBCSN, so it's probably on NHL Network.
Yeah, no, it's on CNBC because USA was my next guess, but they're airing the Celtics game. So lots of playoff sports going on tonight.
Yes.
Lots of playoff sports going on tonight. NHL and not. We will see who 2:04 a.m. Yeah, that is just so deep past my bedtime. Select a boy, thanks for joining. If you guys have not yet, I will start my spiel. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe if you're new with us. I don't think we have any new people thus far. Scott, Megan is wrapping up dinner. She should be on right around the end of the first period to join us. Last night she was at the Mets game. And then tomorrow, depending on which game we do, which we have not officially chosen yet, we are between the 6:30 Penguins-Islanders game and the 8 o'clock Florida-Tampa game. So if you have a preference.
I'm actually going to check the Twitter poll right now, see where we're at, because it was really even earlier today.
It was very even earlier, and I'm torn between each one because, I love a 6:30 game that ends early. However, I would much rather watch the Florida game. They're both elimination games. If New York Islanders are able to win, they will knock out the Pittsburgh Penguins and take on the Boston Bruins in the second round. If Florida wins, they will push game 7, but if Tampa wins, they will eliminate Florida and move on to take on whoever wins the Nashville Predators Carolina Hurricanes series. So if you guys have a preference on who gets eliminated in those series, lose out, of course they're getting blown out. If you guys have any ideas on who's going to take the control of this Carolina Hurricanes Nashville Predators series, I love the Predators right now. They are shocking everyone, and I love rooting for an underdog. So I'm excited to see if they can keep the momentum and take a third unanswered game in this series.
It looks like right now the poll that we have going on Twitter, it's still open, but Pittsburgh, New York Islanders is leading with 56.4%. So they're about math. Oh no. They're in the lead. It's somewhat significant.
Thank you, statistician Jenna.
I thought I could do it. I really did. And I was getting ready to calculate the numbers, and then
my co-host has joined us early this evening, everyone. He is very grumpy. And Hamilton the Pig was very active on Twitter this afternoon. So if you have not given him a follow, make sure you do.
This is free promo. Maybe we should get Hamilton the Pig to sponsor us first.
All right. Speaking of Twitter, I did just throw our link in there. We're very close to 2,800 followers. I would love to hit that before the end of the week. I am just grinding away on Twitter and would love to see some new followers from you all. If you guys are watching the pregame of Carolina and Nashville and know anything about the national anthem singer from Carolina, please let me know. It's on mute, so if they introduced him, I just don't know. But he looked like an interesting character. It's going to be a famous person watch, but
let me see. They might put it up on the screen, but otherwise, yeah, I'm not going to
speculate.
Adam Lee Decker.
I know that the Bruins don't bring in, once they get to the Cup final, they might, but they have a lot of history around their national anthem singer, so they don't really mix it up.
So it looks like Adam Lee Decker was a contestant on season 11 of American Idol. His audition was not televised. Okay, that's just a bunch of American Idol stuff that I don't. How well did he do?
He
got
Underwood.
He did not make the top 24.
Okay. Looks like we got Saros back in net for Nashville. That's great since he was playing incredibly well last game. Oh, Jenna, we've got the wild questions rolling in.
Oh my goodness. I honestly, again, I just don't know what to think because, yes, they won the last game, but did they also look horrible for a large portion of it? Yes. So, they did prove with those 3 goals that they can get things past Fleury and they can figure it out, but it's just a matter if they actually do again. They've been so inconsistent. Here's what I'm going to say. I think they can push a game 7. There's no reason they can't except for themselves. It's really a battle of the Wild versus the Wild at this point.
Oh, the poor Wild. I think that they can push game 7. I think that they have got a ton of momentum here. I'm excited to see it. Thanks, Drew, for joining. Thanks, Joe, for joining. Excited to see a couple of people hop in as we get ready for puck drop here. I think the Wild can do it. I'm excited for them. Again, I am a slut for an underdog, but I am excited to see. I also have them winning in my brackets. So
yes. John says they are at home next game. However, they have been historically bad in front of fans at home this season. They were good at home until fans started coming to games. So it doesn't really mean much to me that they're going to be back at home, unfortunately.
We do have puck drop in this game, so we will see. Looks like we've already got some hits going. That's good. After we saw none in the Penguins-Islanders game yesterday. Once again, if you are just hopping in, we are watching the Carolina Hurricanes Nashville Predators game. We are excited to see who is going to take control of this series. Yeah, the Hurricanes have given up 2 unanswered games here in a series that a lot of people thought they were going to sweep. So we'll see what they do. If you guys have any last minute score predictions, we didn't actually do a lot of score predictions, so throw them in the comments. Let's go Preds. All right, Drew. I like to hear we've got fans in the comments. Nets suck. Love that. I'm a Celtics fan. You guys also are just joining us. Make sure that you like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're new with us. We do daily NHL playoff coverage. Tomorrow, we are still deciding on the game. We have a very tight poll on our Twitter on which one we're going to cover, so we shall see. And then we will hop into what should be the start of round 2 sometime this weekend.
Oh my goodness. This is the second time that I have seen, well, last time I just saw it when it was dangling down, but they knocked off one of the mics or the cameras, I think it's a mic, to get the on ice noise. They just I don't know what's holding them up, but this is the second game I've seen them knock down. This one, they didn't have to stop play because it just fell into the crowd.
Interesting and unsafe. All right, we've got 5-3 Canes, 3-2 Nashville, 3-2 Canes. All right, seems like it's going to be a close game. You guys have it a little bit high scoring. We shall see. We don't have a ton of shots coming off in the first 3 minutes of the game. Hope the Preds win. There's just something feel good about the Preds and what they're doing so far. The Canes haven't played like they have a ton of heart in the last couple of games. And, they are at home. They do have what looks like a full arena. So I did just see Stormy, their mascot, in the stands. That's exciting. Their official mascot, Hamilton.
Yeah, they're less important.
Something else. Oh, 4-2 Canes. Okay. Every game has been OT lately. Yes, Vinny, that is a great point. And we have not had great luck picking games that have not gone to OT. So we shall see. This game, like we said on Sunday, game 4 of this series went to double overtime. Last night, we had the Jets-Oilers go to triple overtime. And what game did we even watch yesterday? The Penguins-Islanders went to double overtime as well. They're all bleeding together, people. So much hockey to watch.
Oh my goodness. I would say it'd be interesting if we did the Penguins Islanders, because then we would have been doing every other with the Preds Canes and then those games this week.
Yeah, I'm just so invested in the Florida game. And I don't know if I want to be on live when the Penguins get eliminated with Megan.
It's not going to be pretty.
I hope he's drinking. That's great, Vinny. This is the first time the Winnipeg Jets have moved on since 2008. Not quite as bad as the Toronto Maple Leafs, who are leading in their series right now.
I was just talking with my dad about it. He was like, I heard them say that one of the 2 teams in this game hasn't won a playoff series since 2006. He's like, that can't be the Leafs, right? And I was like, Dad, yes. Yes, it is. Speaking of the Leafs game, the first period just ended. Montreal had some chances on the power play, but couldn't get anything off. The Leafs lead shots 9-6 and had some good chances from Kerfoot and Marner towards the end there, but still 0-0 in that game. Looks like Gallagher also got a good chance in front of the net, but nothing so far over there. So
great opportunity by Carolina, and they got it over Saros' shoulder, but it went a little high on the post. Got 4 shots by Carolina and 0 by Nashville so far, 4 minutes into the first period. This has been the story of this first round for quite a few series and even in game 4 for this series, that one team is shooting shots on shots on shots on net, and it's been quality over quantity for the opposing team. For Nashville, it was that. For the Islanders last night, it was the same story, different game. So we shall see if that is going to be what turns up here with Saros keeping the Preds in the game while they are being outshot. I don't know.
Huh. On my screen, it says that the Canes have 4 and the Preds have 1 shot. And I was waiting to see if that got taken away, but it doesn't
It
seem
still says 0 on my screen.
okay.
Interesting.
Well,
Are you
I'm
watching
watching
CNBC?
the like local, like the Bally Sports one. So maybe they've just decided that they got a shot on goal.
I've heard some interesting things about Bali Sports. I haven't watched them unless it was on NHL TV, just because I have never lived in a region that they had rights over.
I mean, isn't it? I know that in Minnesota it was Fox Sports North and it just became Bally Sports. So I was assuming that it was a new thing, like a new rebrand everywhere.
Well, Fox gave up their regional like offices, which is the opposite of what NBC Sports, or is it? Something is happening different where with NBC Sports regional offices as well, where they will still, I believe, have, even though NBC won't have the national broadcasting rights to, dead play. Even though they'll have the national broadcasting rights to, or won't, they'll still have the local broadcasting rights. So like NBC Sports Washington is still going to cover the Capitals, even though NBC Sports isn't covering the NHL.
Yeah, it's interesting to see all this change up in broadcasting. I know probably like any casual fan that doesn't really influence it, but if you're really into, who's announcing the games, anything like that, there's definitely might be some changes with that in the coming seasons.
Simon John, feel free to throw it in the comments. Looks like Dougie Hamilton is going to go to the box, the namesake for Hamilton the Pig, for tripping. So cross-checking, excuse me, not tripping. It was a little bit of a mixed bag there. So Nashville is going to go in the power play. We'll see. Now they have 1 shot on net. We shall see if they can get a few more and even perhaps net the first goal of the game. Let us know if you think the Nashville is going to be able to capitalize on this power play.
I feel like it might, even if they don't like score on this, it might just be an opportunity for them to kind of shift the tide of the game at this point because they've been pretty quiet.
I wouldn't even say Carolina has like full control of this game thus far. I mean, it's only 5 minutes in. I think this is a really great opportunity for Nashville to set the tone. But again, let us know what you think. Who do you think is scoring the first goal? Is it a mistake letting Twitter decide what Bruins jersey I should buy? No, I mean, Bruins Twitter is pretty consistent with who they like and who they don't. It just depends on if you have a preference.
Yes. I mean, I feel obligated to say that it's a mistake to buy a Bruins jersey, but
Megan did, since she's not on yet, I'm just going to speak for her before she can back out. She said if the Bruins make it out of the East, she will buy a Bruins jersey of my choice. So if you think you want to see Megan in the yellow jersey, it's a mouthful, you better be rooting for the Bruins because she's getting
a player on it, or is it just?
So here's my qualm. I do want her to get the Meth Bear one, but she won't wear it if it's yellow. So I think I have to pick a different one and pick like Marchand, who she really doesn't like.
Or you could just pick like a really obscure player, because when you have one of those on your jersey, the few people that recognize that player are going to want to talk to you about them. And I just think that would
Or I can wait until the Bruins and potentially the Penguins play each other, and whichever team really does the Penguins dirty is the one I make her get.
Perfect.
All right, we've got 46 seconds remaining in the power play. Nashville has not been able to capitalize on said power play. They've only had 1 shot on net thus far in the minute and 30 seconds, and Carolina was just able to clear it. Looks like Nashville is going to slow it down and try to make a line change. We'll see if they can capitalize on these last 30 seconds. Looks like they're really trying to hold control and not let Carolina clear anymore. But Carolina is really playing some aggressive defense.
Yeah. On my screen, obviously I'm behind, but there was a great effort by 11 on Nashville to get the puck into the zone, which is getting them kind of a last chance here.
Yeah, Callie, I would say the Preds played obviously they didn't score. They were fine on the power play. I think it's more of a testament to Carolina's penalty kill than it is Nashville's power play. I mean, Nashville could certainly pick it up a bit on the skates. Oh, Statman John. Ouch. I hate being a Celtics fan. I'm so glad I didn't put my jersey on. It's got to stay in the closet. All right,
No,
guys.
I realized that it looks like I might be supporting the Canes tonight, but this is a BU. So
as a Pens fan, I would say out of the whole Bruins team, I respect Rask the most. So if Meg has to wear a jersey, that would be the one. You know what, Kelly, that's a good thing to say, particularly because Megan really respects a skilled goaltender, seeing as the Penguins have struggled with goaltenders for a few years now. So not a bad choice.
I will say I feel like the Penguins had it too good with goaltenders for a bit there. So, and I've been following many a team that struggled with goalies, so I feel like it's their time to struggle with that.
Yeah, absolutely. If you guys are just hopping in, we're in a commercial break for the Carolina Hurricanes Nashville Predators game. We are just about halfway through the first period. Nashville just went on a power play that they were not able to capitalize on. The Carolina Hurricanes are out shooting the Predators 4-2 at the moment. We shall see who is able to light the lamp first, and it will happen in the first period. If you guys are just hopping in, make sure you like the video and subscribe now if you're new with us. We are chatting a little bit about who is going to move on in the East Division to face the Boston Bruins and what that'll look like in terms of a series and the goaltending situation between Rask and will it be Jari? Will it be Sorokin and Varlamov? Who's to say?
What I'm wondering is, because usually we ask which team is going to score the first goal, but I feel like tonight, with the two games happening kind of overlapping and the Leafs and Habs going 0-0 into the second, I feel like my question is, which out of the four teams is going to score first tonight?
I'm going to take Montreal on that.
Montreal?
Yeah. I think Montreal has lost the last two, but they've scored pretty consistently in each game.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I love the shoulder pads on these Hurricanes jerseys. The black is incredible.
I can't see them right now, but
no new post from Hamilton the Pig on Instagram. That's okay. Megan has been posting consistently on our Instagram. So if you have not followed us yet, I just threw the link in the comments. We are very active on social media and excited to see you guys join us. Nashville scores first. Okay. Statman, I like your optimism that you think the Celtics will win a game. I'm not that optimistic.
It just looks like they put up a quote on the screen here on the local broadcast about some of the Canes players getting IVs after game 4, which I guess I've never really thought about, but like, I wonder how often NHL players get IVs just for the sake of rehydration after games or even like before an overtime.
One interesting thing that I hear a lot, particularly in the NFL, but I think it's common throughout professional sports, is depending on where you're traveling, you need to get oxygen because of the levels of flying back and forth and the elevation. And then if you go to a game like in Colorado or Denver and you're playing at a really high elevation, you just naturally need more oxygen, which I find just incredibly interesting for, you know, obviously the athletes from the Denver Broncos, the Colorado Avalanche, the Rockies, like all of those are used to it. But if you're the away team, it is a huge disadvantage.
Yeah. And I will say that with that kind of stuff, usually it catches up to after a couple of days. So a lot of teams will do like a in and out to Colorado. You know, they'll go in the morning, out the night, or something a little bit longer than that. But I wonder if in the playoffs, if you're in a series with Colorado, if it really becomes a concern, because the playoffs are already super hard and you're staying there more than you know.
Well, the thing is, when you're going into those late, not an example for the Blues since they just got swept, but when you're traveling back and forth to your home arena and then back to Colorado, and you have to get used to.
Yeah.
That is not correct, Aaron. I promise you. We are 11 minutes remaining in the first period. Carolina still sitting at 4 shots. Nashville still sitting at 2 shots. 0-0 on the game. The series itself, as we know, is tied 2-2 after Nashville has been able to even the score and win the last 2 games, following Carolina looking like they were on sweep watch. Not anymore. Statman John, this is a really interesting take. You don't like that they primarily stick to alternative jerseys? I think most people do.
Yeah, I'm personally a really big fan of like when teams do all black. Like I really love what the Canes have on right now. I think it's one of the best just overall as a uniform. I think it looks really good. I just think that the like light color is just so overdone.
Unless you're in a full like whiteout uniform, then I'm fine with
Yeah,
it.
the white like uniform is
Or coats.
it's a classic, but no, that is like my favorite logo. I love the hockey stick. We talked about you can find the North Carolina state in it, hurricane warning flag. It's a solid jersey.
We've got 10 minutes and 27 seconds remaining. There are just literally no shots happening now. We're still sitting at 4 shots for Carolina and Nashville with 2. No team has been able to maintain possession going back and forth. Don, thanks for joining us. We're actually not in commercial break. There's just no possession on the ice right now that is getting out of the neutral zone. They're just poking it back and forth. Interested to see if one of these teams can maintain possession. I mean, there have been quite a few hits in the center of the ice. It looks like we might have a power play. No, not going to call it. Got a face off in center ice. Once again, Nashville gives it away in the neutral zone, and Carolina is able to take it over in their own end and dump it back to the neutral zone. So this is the name of the game right now. There is really not a lot of consistent possession for either team. Hopefully someone can slow it down and maintain a possession for more than 5 to 10 seconds, because right now it's quite a bit of hitting and not a lot of shots.
You briefly mentioned like thinking that there was going to be a penalty call, and that reminds me there was an article published today by Dom at The Athletic. I don't know if any of you follow him, but it was all about reffing in the playoffs and his like personal disappointment with it. And he does great in-depth articles. I haven't had a chance to read it, but if you have an Athletic subscription and you're looking for some interesting reads about the playoffs that aren't necessarily team specific, he does a great dive into what it's been this season, and I'm sure past seasons as well.
Yeah, we're now once again in commercial break, but I am in the middle of reading a book that it's like my poolside book, and it's about not just in hockey, but all professional sports, how referees, not just referees, but quite a few chapters are about how referees do or don't step into games and referee harder or softer, depending on the state of the game, how the teams are playing against one another, and what they fear, like psychologically, based off of fan retaliation, team retaliation, things like that. And there are other ones like, do fans have an impact? It was written prior to COVID. So things like that. Does home ice advantage actually have an impact, or is it a mental thing? Bunch of different scenarios, and they use old examples of when it did or did not and use a lot of statistics. They're both statisticians. So it's a really interesting book.
Yeah, I'm guessing with all the games without fans, you could do really interesting kind of like field study on if the calls changed without fans, because there was times in the NHL and a lot of leagues where they've had playoff situations and regular season situations where it has been empty arenas.
Absolutely. Yeah, if you guys are just hopping in, we're wrapping up a commercial break between the Carolina Hurricanes and Nashville Predators. Game is tied 0-0. We actually only have 6 shots on net throughout the entire first period thus far, which is just under 10 minutes remaining. We have 4 for Carolina and 2 for Nashville. Both teams have had a power play. Neither has been able to capitalize. Series is tied 2-2. We shall see who is going to light the lamp first. If you have not yet, make sure that you like the video. If you're new with us, make sure that you subscribe to the channel and hit us up with any of the questions you might have about the playoffs so far. Got 0-0 in the Toronto-Montreal game as well. Not a lot of goals tonight.
No, and this isn't necessarily the matchups that you would think would be battles of the goaltenders. I just think it's a matter of time until the dam breaks in either of these games.
Well, on Sunday, when this series went to double overtime, they had 1 goal per team per period. It was very consistent.
Yes. I will say I was looking at the goalie stats earlier this afternoon, and it looked most of it like I was looking primarily to see where Talbot was after his great performance last night in comparison to Fleury, and he's still quite far behind him. But the funniest thing I found was that with the Panthers, Spencer Knight, from his outstanding performance, is the top-ranked goaltender in almost every category, if not all of them. And the other two goalies that have played for the Panthers are 19th and 20th, which are the last positions.
We actually did a poll on our Twitter today. I asked who should the Panthers start on Wednesday, and 97% of people, out of almost 100 votes, said Spencer Knight.
Yeah, I told you he's the secret ingredient that they've been needing, apparently.
That's fantastic. I mean, I'm glad he's hyping up the locker room. I'm glad he's keeping consistency in the crease. Don, I don't know that I have a preference on who wins. Just excited to watch this game. I mean, I love the Predators as an underdog. That's surprising the Hurricanes, but the Hurricanes obviously had a fantastic regular season. Love Hamilton the Pig. So just looking forward to see who can pull this one out. Jenna, do you have a preference?
Honestly, I can't even remember who I have coming out of this in my bracket. But yeah, I don't know.
Oh, my Nashville, out of an awful miss by the goaltender. Holy shit. That was just a miss. He lost sight of the puck. Wow. Josie is able to capitalize. That was wow.
Oh my gosh, I'm waiting for that to come up on my screen. Okay. The initial shot they have on the broadcast here was not great, so I don't know what was happening.
I don't know if that's an awkward deflection. I need to watch it again.
Yeah, I'm going to need the replay on that one because I am curious to see how that went in. But if anyone had said that Nashville was going to break the dam for the 4 teams today, you would have been right.
And someone did vote that.
Yeah, it looks like it's deflected off his own player.
Oh, they're going to review it. I think it was a hand. If it's a hand deflection, they're going to call it back.
Oh, yeah. So number 13 was in the way, and they're not showing it slow enough with that player in the frame for me to really understand where it hit him. So we'll see. Hopefully they show some better angles here. But it's definitely not like he chucked it into the net. I don't know. I feel like it brushes your hand.
If you guys have seen the goal and have an opinion on it, make sure you throw it in the comments. The referees are reviewing it now. We'll let you know as soon as we have a report from the referees on if this goal is going to stand or not. They're looking at the review right now. Shots stand 3 for Nashville, 5 for Carolina. Nashville obviously just got an interesting goal in that we're going to see if it stands or not. Interesting stuff. Other game 0-0. I guess the Panthers have found their knight in shining armor. We love the puns. Megan will be excited to see it when she joins us in a little bit.
Are they still waiting on your screen for this?
Yeah, they're reviewing it up in Toronto.
This is a long.
Well, I mean, there's only one office to review all. It looks like he deflects it off his chest.
Okay, I'm getting a better kind of slow-mo of it now.
Goal stands.
Yeah, honestly, I would agree. His chest or his shoulder. I feel like that's the right call there, in my opinion.
That was the first shot on goal in the last 6 minutes and 5 seconds of this period.
Lovely. And the puck has dropped in Montreal for the Maple Leafs and the Canadiens. There's about 19 minutes left in the period, still 0-0. Shots are 10-6. So Toronto's got a bit more of the momentum here in the very opening. But yeah, the Preds seem like they're well on their way to having another game where their shots do not line up with the scoreboard. Obviously, it's pretty early to tell, but that's really what they did to us last time, and I'm kind of afraid.
Yeah, the Preds definitely are picking up pace now since they were able to score, which is exciting. We were getting a little slow there. So, like I said, the momentum in terms of physicality is much better in this game than it was between the Penguins and the Islanders yesterday. I'm hoping now that the Islanders have taken control of that series, the physicality picks up a little bit. I mean, this is playoff hockey. I want to see hits. Kelly, thank you for the compliment. Yeah, I try not to be too biased, except for, I mean, even when the Bruins are on, I don't usually, sometimes I curse out. It depends on how bad the goal is.
Yeah. I mean, I think for me, studying my minor's journalism, I do a pretty good job because I work for the BU hockey team. So I have a lot of practice pretending to not be rooting for a team. Working as a photographer at those games, I can't really cheer or anything. So I had lots of practice with that. I've only ever attended one BU game as a fan, actually.
Simon, John, that's a really good point. Bridgestone Arena is an incredible, we were talking about it being one of the best environments for a game. Oh, a little bit of fighting going on. Yep. Puck, our gloves are dropped. There we go. First good fight of the game.
I honestly think that PNC could rival Nashville. Like,
I'm not saying Bridgestone is is PNC Carolina. No.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Because
yeah, I mean,
remember, they're still fighting. They're still going at it.
Oh my goodness. I feel like, I don't know. They've just been, they have the storm surge, and I feel like they just have really passionate fans there, and they have a big base to draw from because there's not many teams around.
I know I spoke a bit about it on Sunday, but Bridgestone, when Nashville went to the Stanley Cup final, was insane. The entire city was buzzing. And Bridgestone is incredible no matter what the event is in the arena. They pack it up. They have such passion in the city, which is interesting because it's a huge tourist city.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a bad board. I now see why the fight was there.
I feel like it's a similar setup as like when you think about Vegas. Like everyone, when you think of Vegas, you think of the Strip. But if you go just outside of that, there's an entire kind of city and environment and community outside of that. There's areas where you'll see a lot of tourists, but in those cities, they also have community and things like that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, DC is a perfect example as well. I'm interested to see after this prolonged scuffle who is going to go to the box. I'm sure they're not going to let everyone just return to play. Yeah. We've got our captains chatting with the referees now to see who started it, who's going. We've definitely got at least one Hurricane in the box.
It looks like Svetch was all in the middle of that. He even sort of pushes Aho at one point. I don't know. There's also a clip of Granlund and Aho holding on to each other and yelling into each other's faces, which was...
What really does it to you is when the referees are trying to break you up and you won't break up, that's when you're going. Like, if you stop after you've gotten your punches in, they'll probably let you go, but...
Yeah, or also the players that keep going hard enough that they end up punching the ref, and then they're surprised when they end up in the box.
Statman, what am I changing it to? Jenna, is it intermission for Leafs Canadians?
It looks like it is 1-0 in favor of the Leafs.
Oh my God.
So I did not see the goal. I'm going to look up who scored it quick. But yes, it is 1-0 in that game.
Fantastic stuff. Let's make sure that if you're just joining us, you are liking the video, you're subscribing now. Carolina is on a power play after 2 Preds go to the box and 1 Hurricane goes to the box. Let's see if they can take advantage of this opportunity. They've got 5 shots even for both teams now. Nashville obviously leads 1-0 after that very interesting goal. So if you have not checked out the replay, make sure you check that out as well. Series is tied 2-2. Someone's looking to take the lead before they go back to Bridgestone Arena on Thursday.
So it looks like the goal for the Toronto Maple Leafs was scored by William Nylander, who, despite all his critics in the media in Toronto, is at a goal per game pace so far in the playoffs, as well as having an assist. So he's over a point per game. He has been an absolute powerhouse for the Leafs. So not a surprise that he's the one that started the scoring in that game.
Yeah, I think the Leafs are one of those teams that they just have so many common name media that a lot of them go under the radar or get unnecessary criticism because they aren't the star of the show. Oh, goal by Carolina. Game is tied up.
And it looks like on the broadcast, they attributed it to Galchenyuk. So I'll be interested to see if that changes over on the NHL website. I'm not sure which one is the most accurate, but we shall see. What a little shove by Aho after that, running into a Preds player.
Yeah, I mean, Aho did a really good job blocking visibility of Saros without getting goaltender interference. That's a really great defensive play.
And were they? Was this 4-on-4 hockey or was this 5-on-4?
5-on-4.
Okay. So they put just a Predators player in the box after all that?
They put 2 Preds players and 1 Canes player, so they evened out.
Okay, because I was gonna say if Svechnikov didn't go to the box, I was gonna really question what was going on there. And there we have waving lots of flags. They have the hurricane warning flag, and then I believe a Czech flag? Question mark?
Stefan, thanks for joining us.
Yep,
Taylor,
I can't believe I knew that one.
Taylor, thanks for joining us. What are your thoughts on the Wings extending Blashill for 2 years? I don't know how old he is. That would really factor into my decision because the Red Wings are in desperate need of solidifying a younger core.
Where is this question?
Sorry. I should
okay. Got it. Okay. Yeah, because I was going to, honestly, I don't think I
Awesomeness Sports, thanks for hopping in as well. If you guys are just joining us.
That's their coach. I was going to say I have not heard of this.
Oh, man. I'm sorry. I genuinely do not follow the Red Wings as much as I could.
No. I've been trying recently to get more into them just because so many BU players are a prospect for the Red Wings, but currently my knowledge is pretty lacking in them other than that they've really been struggling. But I mean, I would say for coaches, I haven't heard anything bad about him, which is honestly pretty good for an NHL coach. But I don't know enough about him to know if that extension is necessarily what's going to help them in their rebuild over there.
For sure. If you guys are just joining us, we are on commercial break for the Carolina Hurricanes Nashville Predators game. I am updating the ticker now because the Carolina Hurricanes just tied up the game on a power play 1-1. We are about to wrap up the first period with a tied series 2-2. And Toronto, in a different area of the league, in the second game of the night, is beating Montreal 1-0 in their first period as well. So if you guys have any thoughts on how the games stand right now, or if your team's not playing tonight and you want to tell us about it, please make sure you do. If you have not yet, make sure that you like the video. If you're new with us, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. We are on the road to 1,000. I am hoping to hit 600 in the next couple of days. So help us get there.
It looks like in the Leafs game, what started out pretty boring, the second has been pretty interesting. I just flipping over it to now saw a chance for Matthews and some great possession by the Leafs, but it looks like it's pretty back and forth here. So I wouldn't be surprised if Montreal came back and answered Nylander's goal. And I'm going to check if that's still attributed to him. Yes, it does still say it is William Nylander's goal. It does seem like the Canadians are kind of falling all over the ice here, though. They have been blocking some shots. They just pulled down William Nylander, so I think they're pretty frustrated with him, but nothing new really in that game.
Something else well, I guess I'll save it for intermission. How much time is the first period? Art, thanks for joining us. Taylor, thank you for the Blashill won the Calder Cup. That's good to know. I know that the Penguins had huge success bringing up their AHL coach after he was not even on the radar of media analysts when they were discussing the last Penguins coaching vacancy. So I completely respect guys coming up from the AHL. I know they're typically not in the discussion.
Yeah, same thing with the Leafs. They had Sheldon Keefe, and honestly, I have a lot of faith in him as a coach. I like the changes he's made. I mean, anyone after Mike Babcock would be better, in my opinion. So honestly, I love to see organizations stick with their development with staff and with players. It's good to see on both ends.
Absolutely, 100%. We've got 4 minutes remaining in this first period. As I said, game is tied 1-1 between Nashville and Carolina. Nashville lighting up the lamp first. Carolina retaliating on a power play in the last few minutes. Pretty even shot count for both teams. Series is obviously tied 2-2 after Carolina won games 1 and 2, and Nashville won games 3 and 4. So we shall see who is able to take the series lead and go into elimination watch for game 6 in Nashville at Bridgestone Arena on Thursday. Thank you, Ref Cup, for joining us. Again, thank you, Art, for joining us. We've got quite a few people in the comments. Once again, make sure that you like the video and subscribe if you're new with us. We are doing daily NHL playoff coverage and excited to take your game requests, take your questions, and provide any updates on the game that you might not have.
I'm wondering what people think. So obviously this series, one of the teams is going to come out of this game ahead and able to close out in the next game. But do you think, like, is this whoever wins this one is winning the series, or do you think the other team is going to have a chance to come
No,
back?
I don't think this one is nearly as solidified as other series that are in a 3-2 situation. I think this one is more than likely going to 7 games, but I would love to hear what folks have to say in the comments about it as well. This has been a more than evenly matched series than a lot of people expected, which I think is fantastic. I think it says a lot about also the Carolina goaltender keeps coming out of the crease in more than uncomfortable ways. Passing across the front of the goal when he's not in the crease. No. 3 minutes remaining in the first, still tied 1-1. Yeah, Vinny, I really think that this is a 7-game series. And Carolina still can pull it through. But Ellie, thanks for joining. Rough cut Carolina in 6. Yeah, I think they did have a chance to sweep. And I don't know what happened. They really lost momentum in the last 2 games. And like I said, we streamed the Sunday game, and in double overtime, neither team was playing like they wanted to win until Nashville got a good bounce.
I will say this seems like the most even matchup in every regard that we've seen in the playoffs so far. Because I think for me, the Penguins and Islanders seem like an even matchup, but that's because they have different advantages and different disadvantages, and they're struggling with different things in the playoffs. But with this one, it seems like everything is really lined up, and it can just kind of go either way, depending on the momentum that night. The Leafs and Habs are halfway through the second, and it is still 1-0 with Toronto leading the shots. Just for an update around the league, it's certainly less games today than we've been having before, so we don't have a full around the league. It's more of just a trip to Canada. Yeah,
I know. We're just going back and forth between Carolina and I don't even know where they are in Canada.
I believe they're in Montreal.
So yes. Montreal actually is the only arena in Canada right now that has fans, so it's pretty interesting up there. I do not have that game on personally right now. Obviously, I'm watching the Nashville-Carolina game, but Montreal does happen to have fans, which has been a point of controversy up in the North Division because a lot of teams and fans up there think that they have an advantage because they have fans and a lot of folks don't. LMAO Holmes, thanks for joining. Selected Boy, thanks for hopping back in. Cameron, thanks for joining. If you guys are just hopping in, we've got 2 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the first. Game still tied at 1-1. Carolina out shooting Nashville 9-5. It's been a low shot period for both teams. And series is tied 2-2. So excited to see what's happening going into the second period, going into intermission, who's going to come out on top in terms of momentum. It's been kind of going back and forth. Do you girls like the Knights in the Wild series? Well, great question. Jenna is a Wild fan.
Yeah. Honestly, I would say the Knights have been playing pretty well, but obviously I'm rooting for the Wild. I will say the Knights have their success has really been on the back of Marc-Andre Fleury. I feel like he's carrying that team, but unfortunately they have looked good. But no, hello.
Unfortunately. Yeah, I mean, that has been a fantastic battle of goaltenders over there, which is really great to see. And this game, or this series, excuse me, has been a lot of goaltending as well. I mean, the playoffs itself has relied pretty heavily on the skill in net, which is always exciting to see. Marc-Andre Fleury has done some acrobatics, which is always really cool. Saros has played great. He pretty much won Nashville the game on Sunday because Nashville was outshot 2-1, which we have seen around the league. Ilya Sorokin did the same thing for the Islanders yesterday. They were outshot 2-1, and Tristan Jarry lost them the game in overtime on a horrendous rebound pass situation in which he wasn't prepared to take a shot from Nelson. So, again, goaltending is really big right now. And if you don't have a consistent, skilled goaltender in net, it might lose you a series.
I am trying to see. So it looks like one thing that might be in Montreal's favor, going back to that game, I just saw them put up the stat that Montreal has been winning 2/3 of the faceoffs in that game, which, as a fan of the Wild, who are so bad at faceoffs now that they don't have Koivu, I know how much that can kind of lose you the game. So that might be their in there. It looks like in the Nashville Carolina game, faceoffs slightly favor Carolina, with them winning 60% of them. So not as extreme as the other game.
Yeah, as a Bruins fan, I know having Patrice Bergeron, I know how important face-off wins are to keeping the offensive momentum in a game. Patrice Bergeron pretty consistently is in the top 3 in the league for face-off win percentage. So it's crucial for teams if they want to keep the offensive consistency and start off with the offensive advantage, winning those face-offs. Got it down to 1 minute in this first period. Carolina has officially hit 10 shots. Nashville's still sitting at 5. So slowing down on the offensive side of the puck for Nashville. Like we said, Sunday they were outshot 2-1, but they were able to win off of the quality of the shots that they were taking, and Saros keeping them in the game with some high-quality goaltending. That was a bit of an awkward trip at the boards, but looking like it's not going to be a penalty. We got a little bit of pushing again at the boards. Had a lot of physicality in this first period, which was a refreshing change after the Penguins and Islanders didn't have their first little bout of post-whistle shoving until the third period.
Yeah, I definitely think that, I mean, the Preds definitely haven't looked awful, but they've certainly slowed down. And I think they really need to refocus their game between periods, because I just don't think they're quite playing to where they need to be in this game. But they're setting it up for another one goal by both teams each period, which I can't wait for.
Yes, we were joking earlier in the stream that on Sunday, each team scored 1 per period. Very consistent, very quiet, until we got to overtime when we went to double overtime. So your boy Jack, Kieran, Smith West, Mitchie, thanks for joining in. How much time is left? 20 seconds remaining in the first. We've got a tie game, 1-1, Nashville, Carolina. Carolina's out shooting Nashville 10-5, and obviously the series is tied 2-2. Each team has been able to take one. Carolina on the power play, Nashville off of an awkward deflection, and there has been some interesting opportunities for both teams, not a lot of capitalization. We shall see if the pushing and enforcing that we've seen thus far carries into the second period, and if someone can take the lead early on. 2-1 Toronto. Great. If you guys are new with us, Puck Viral sent you. Thank you, Puck Viral. Make sure you let them know we said thank you and hello. If you guys are new with us, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you like the video if you're over from Puck Viral. Subscribe now. We are doing the Nashville Carolina game today. Obviously, tomorrow we are deciding between the Pens Isles and the Bolts Panthers. So if you guys have a preference, let us know. And we are taking suggestions for the rest of the playoffs on which games you want to see. We do daily NHL playoff coverage. We are going into the second period intermission, and we are more than happy to take your questions and provide Toronto-Montreal updates as we go into intermission.
Yeah, I'm trying to see because I'm not sure if my stream is just behind because currently it's 1-0 on my screen.
Uh,
But
Colton, the Nashville and Carolina game is at 1-1 in the first period intermission, and then we have been told that the Toronto Montreal game is 2-0 in period 2, but we are confirming the second goal from Toronto.
It looks like the NHL website says 2-0, so I'm assuming my stream is just really behind. All right, there it is. So a nice pass right in front of the net. Goal for Spezza. He's been looking for one. He's had great chances this entire series. So honestly, good for him for getting that goal. He is one of the most deserving players out there who hasn't quite been getting as many goals as I've been expecting. And another assist for Alex Galchenyuk.
We got a new Wild fan in the comments. Your boy Jack, our intern Jenna here, is a Wild fan. She is excited to see if the Wild can push a game 7 after their win last night. Hit us up if you have any questions about the Vegas Golden Knights Minnesota Wild series.
Yes, I hate to talk about it because it's stressing me out, but it's
Panthers. That is the game I want to watch, Callie. However, my co-host Megan, who will be joining us, actually she said around 9 o'clock, so anytime now, is a Penguins fan. Obviously, is on elimination watch, so she might have a different request.
Yeah, but if you have that opinion, you can go to our Twitter and vote in our poll. It is still open. So
yes, I will throw the link to our Twitter in the comments. If you guys do not follow us on social media yet, please do. Actually, one of the things I wanted to discuss in intermission is that today we are now, as of today, we are now on Discord. I know a lot of you requested that we join Discord. I am trying to figure it out. I am excited to figure it out throughout the playoffs. We already had quite a few of you join from Twitter. Let me make sure that I send the link for you guys to join. Excited to see how this goes.
I also put in the YouTube chat the link to the specific tweet with the poll in case you're looking for that. It looks like we're at 39 votes right now, so we can round it out at 40 or even more than that to see what people are thinking.
Yep, so we now have a Discord, I call it channel, community. We've got a couple different channels in there on NHL debate and WHL debate, updates from our podcast on when we're going live, what games we're covering, areas for you to debate and chat with different members of our community. Excited to get that going, so make sure that you join, hop in, add us as friends, whatever you want to do. Still trying to figure it out. So Wild were impressive last night. No, Jenna can confirm. I went to bed, but we were in different time zones.
I think the Wild in the first period were certainly impressive, but I feel like after that, it felt like they were really, I wasn't sure they could hold on to the lead that they had created, to be completely honest. I feel like they fell off. They looked so good, and then they looked so bad. Last night was the first time I saw any Vegas fans getting mad about calls. I know I've been mad about some of the calls that have gone against Minnesota. That's been a pretty big influence in that series. But honestly,
oh, that's another Toronto Maple Leafs goal on a power play. They go up 3-0.
Oh, wow.
The Montreal Canadiens, it was old man Joe Thornton as well that scored that goal.
It really seems like they are closing this opportunity for the Habs. It seems like they are not going to be able to pull back into this series.
No, the Montreal Canadiens look lost. They actually showed a couple players on the bench, and they look absolutely bamboozled. And this is by no means the fault of playoff Carey Price. That was an incredible pass over to Joe Thornton. I mean, that is just veteran hockey right there. And you can see the frustration in Montreal going. This is 5 minutes remaining in the second period. They're already down 3-0. This is going to put them down in the series 3-1 if they can't come back. I mean, we know historically Toronto does give up large leads like 3-0, so I'm not going to say that they're going to win this game. But, I mean, let us know what you think. Is Toronto set to take on Winnipeg later this week?
I honestly think from watching the Leafs in the playoffs for the last several years and watching them struggle, this series has looked extremely different from them. Obviously, game one, it's hard to really analyze because the players were just so shaken up. It's hard to look at it just from kind of an analyst perspective. But other than that, they have been extremely solid and haven't really seen a challenge from this Montreal team. Honestly, I would be surprised at this point if they were not the team that comes out of the North into the semifinals, because I just, looking at, yes, Winnipeg just swept Edmonton, but honestly, I'm not sure how much of a threat they pose either.
Yeah, I mean, I would have said that Winnipeg didn't pose a huge threat, but look at what they just did to Edmonton. So
yeah, my thing is, though, that whole series was so close. Like, it was a sweep, but it didn't feel like it should have been. Like, I'm actually going to look up the specifics of that because I don't remember, but I feel like all of their games were kind of going into overtime. I might completely be misspeaking here.
I mean, I don't think all of them did, but at least two of them did.
Okay, it looks like, so game one was a 4-1 win for the Jets. Game two was a 1-0 win for the Jets, so that's close. Then game three is a 5-4 win in overtime. Yeah, so the last three games were in overtime. And honestly, I think a lot of that was just because the beginning looking bad was because you weren't seeing that scoring from McDavid and Draisaitl that you are used to seeing with the Oilers. And honestly, maybe it was because the Oilers had played more recently than the Jets because they were part of the Canucks extended regular season. So maybe that has something to do with it. I just don't feel like they're necessarily the team that's going to end the Leafs this year.
I mean, the Leafs get ended by miscellaneous teams every year because of how they play in the first round. This will be a huge milestone and I don't mean to be condescending when I say this will be a huge milestone for Toronto to get out of the first round in the first time in 21 years. That is incredible. But then they go on to play Winnipeg, who just absolutely torched the top two point scorers in the league, Leon Draisaitl and Connor McDavid. And obviously, they didn't even make it past the play-in last season, which was incredible after Leon Draisaitl won MVP. And now they can't make it out of the first round, and they get swept by the Winnipeg Jets, who looked absolutely horrendous ending the regular season. So it says a lot about the Edmonton Oilers, less so than it says about the Winnipeg Jets, but I wouldn't count out the Jets still.
No, I mean, I do understand that, anything can happen in the playoffs, and the Leafs still are the Leafs. But I honestly think, Leafs fans have been waiting for proof that this rebuild is actually working, that there's some method to the madness, that all the pain they went through is worth something. And I think that based on looking at it, they've been a name that people have talked about going far into the playoffs. And I think that they're setting themselves up to be a team. Obviously, they can just fall apart like they tend to do. So if they lose in this first round or the second, I mean, don't come back to me and say, haha, I was right. Like, I know they do that, but we'll see. We'll see.
No, it's definitely going to be an interesting series. I'm excited to watch it, which is not something I do very often about the North. So
I'm excited if it really is the Leafs and the Jets to finally see more of Seltzy. He was my favorite thing last night. I am so passionate about that Bud Light seltzer can, the non-binary Bud Light seltzer can. It's on Twitter. Oh, it's so good. I don't know if you guys have been seeing that, but it was the highlight of my night.
Oh, sorry, you went from Capitals to Canadians. That is just not the best look. Yeah, let us know in the comments what other round two matchups you're hoping to see. Obviously, Jen is excited to see the Jets and potentially the Leafs. I am hoping to see. I'm a Bruins fan. I'm hoping to see the Penguins, but the Islanders would be okay. I'm just excited to be around. Just happy to be here. There are a couple exciting, the Avalanche are obviously punching their ticket to round 2. They could either take on the Minnesota Wild or the Vegas Golden Knights. There are just some really great opportunities. Central Division isn't set at all, so options left and right there. Let us know what you think.
Who do you think is going to be the matchup for whoever comes out of the Battle of Florida out there?
I mean, I'm obviously hoping that it's Florida. But if it's Tampa, then I hate to say Tampa's just going to come out of the Central. But I don't think that the Canes or the Preds are in any state to knock either Florida or Tampa out of the playoffs. Because if you remember where the seeding ended, Florida only ended 1 point back from Carolina. So realistically, the 2-3 situation versus 1-4 is not that significant there. I think Florida would have had a significantly easier time getting out of the playoffs if they ended at 81 versus 79 and they were ahead of Carolina and they were playing the Preds right now and not the Lightning. However, there's nothing we can do about that. We'll figure it out. I don't know.
Yeah, I would be interested to see. I feel like if it is Florida coming out of the Battle of Florida, I feel like that'll be a much more interesting round 2 than if it's Tampa. But that's just me.
I mean, I know a lot of people like Tampa. They're the defending champions. Yeah. I'm just lukewarm on watching them come out and go again. Like I don't have the same passion I do for a team like Florida, who has spent quite a bit of time building a competitive, deep roster that can compete and is very evenly matched with Tampa. Again, they lost 2 games because of one period of bad goaltending in each respective game. And then they come out last night and they play incredible.
Yeah, I feel like the story there with Florida is just so much better. And that rebuild was so quiet. There's rebuilds that are really public and, sometimes organizations will even announce to their fans that they're entering a rebuild and it's a huge thing. But Florida, being in the market that they're in, I feel like they really were able to do that almost silently.
And one key thing there is that they made themselves an attractive destination, which is incredibly difficult to do, not only for a small market, but for a team that has not won a cup and has not seen success in a long time. That is huge for a team like Florida. And they've really made themselves an attractive destination with Aaron Ekblad, Alexander Barkov, the goaltending depth that they have. Now they have Sam Bennett. They've got Duclair. They have plenty of guys that should be in, the award conversation that probably won't be because they play for Florida and have not seen success. It's the same thing that we talk about all the time, that Austin Matthews probably isn't going to win MVP until the Toronto Maple Leafs make a deep cup run, because as good as he is, he has not carried a team that should go far. Again, we could debate that all the time, but Florida has made themselves a great destination to go play hockey, and that is huge for the organization moving forward.
I just flipped over to Toronto-Montreal, and it looks like there is another penalty on Toronto, and it was actually, there was a bit of pushing and shoving and punching afterwards, and oddly enough, it was between 77 on both teams. I'm not sure who that is for Montreal, but it looks like the recent call-up, Adam Brooks, is going and is now in the box for Toronto. But the score is still 3-0 out there. But very interesting. I don't know why I find it so funny that they were the same numbers.
Aaron Brazier, thanks for joining us. I know that it is late overseas for you, so go hit the hay. Aiden, thanks for hopping in. How are the new subscribers? They are fantastic. We appreciate every single one of you that hits the subscribe button. Like we have said every night so far, we are on the road to 1,000 now. We have committed to a 24-hour stream when we hit 1,000, and we are probably going to do that for charity. So make sure that once you join us for NHL playoff coverage, you hit the subscribe button so that we can support charity with a horrendous 24-hour stream in just a few weeks when the playoffs end. We're super excited. Thank you for asking, and thank you for hopping on. Key to Florida is sustaining it. They haven't been consistent playoff participants. Yeah, I think that's the story for quite a few teams that are now in the playoffs and have found themselves there and have earned to be there, but you have to then execute, right? Edmonton is a perfect example. They earned their place there. They played well throughout the regular season, and then they did not play like they deserve to be in the playoffs. They did not come with the fight and the will to do so. Thank you, Sports Geek, for joining our Discord. If you have not done that yet, make sure you do so. I will post the link once again.
One thing that when I was looking at the stats for Florida earlier today, if anyone can explain this to me, I really was having a hard time understanding why the goals allowed average for Spencer Knight for that team was 1.01 when he's played in one game and allowed one goal. So if anyone can explain to me why it is 1.01, that would be great, because I'm not a stats person, but that just seems wrong to me.
I don't know, man. Thank you for joining the Discord once again. Murphy Vlogs, excuse me. Thanks for joining. Yeah, Statman John, thank you for putting up the 24-hour stream. I've got a couple ideas for what the charity will look like. Jenna, Meg, and I will coordinate, so it should be exciting. Sports Geek, Meg said she was going to be around 9 o'clock. She did text me and say she was running late, so we shall see when Meg makes her grand appearance. We are in the intermission for my banner didn't update. There we go. We are in intermission for the Carolina Hurricanes Nashville Predators game. Game is tied 1-1. Preds struck first. Carolina Hurricanes scored on a power play later in the period. Carolina is out shooting Nashville, but it is not too far off. We shall see who can take control in the second period. Obviously, the series is tied 2-2. And it is important for one of these teams to take control. Lay and Play, thanks for joining. Thank you again to Puck Viral for sending over some folks from their stream as well. Our day is going great. Make sure if you're new with us, you hit the like button on the video and you subscribe now to the channel. We're super excited to see you guys. Make sure, again, tell Puck Viral we say thank you.
Oh my goodness. I just got an update on, like, as a pop-up on my computer that Hamilton the Pig tweeted. Which is the first time I've actually gotten one of those after you have set that up for our account. So, oh, that's lovely.
Wow, I wonder who set up those post notifications.
No idea. No idea.
No idea. I have no idea. We're back at PNC Arena, which I'm assuming means that intermission is about to end. For anyone that cares, Buddha has just returned from his walk and is rolling all over the floor.
And the second has just ended in Montreal, and it is still 3-0. So it seems like Toronto, they're leading the shots 24-18. Nylander might be breaking his stick on the bench. I'm not sure what that's about, but it seems like they're kind of running away with this one. Montreal really needs to figure something out with their offense, how to get it past Jack Campbell, how to get more shots on net, or else they're at risk for completely falling out of this series.
Yeah, if this game is anything like the past few, probably going to go to overtime. TBD. That background noise is my sweet dog. Yeah, the Hurricanes and the Preds are both playing a very interesting situation right now. It's a little lackadaisical on both sides of the puck. Again, Nashville only had 5 shots in that first period, but Carolina only had 10. Those are both pretty low numbers for a playoff game. We said that the physicality was pretty good, and that's great to see, again, compared to the Penguins-Islanders game last night. But you got to get the shots on net if you want to score a goal. This is not – we've said it quite a few times now. Goaltending does not win you playoff games. The goalies can't just shoot.
I mean, they can.
Technically. But they're not going to get you to 40 shots, which you need to get. Who is my cup winner? That is a traumatic question because in my – oh, goal by Nashville in the first minute. 53 seconds in, Nashville lights the lamp.
Wow. That's exactly what we said they needed to have in this period. So it looks like they took our advice. I'm just waiting to see the replay on this one.
A good pass down to Buddha. Jesus.
Yeah, that was just a great opportunity, almost breakaway off of a pretty bad mistake by the Canes trying to enter their offensive zone, and they just left the puck behind them, leading to that goal. Yeah, that was just a pass that went terribly wrong.
Yeah, that's a really great way. Nashville really needed that again. That is only their first shot on net for this period, and they almost just got another opportunity. The Canes are scrambling, absolutely scrambling. And again, Nashville has been winning the last 2 games, not on a ton of shots, not a high quantity of shots, but a high quality of shots. They're confusing also that is Trent's second goal of the night. That is really important. Not on a ton of shots on net, but by confusing the goaltender, by confusing the defense, and by getting Carolina scrambling like they are right now. Sportsgeek, getting back to your question, I have the Florida Panthers winning the cup in my bracket. So we shall see how tomorrow night's game goes.
Yes, and I have the Avs, which I am feeling a bit more confident about, but who knows? The Panthers could totally turn it around.
Cup winner is out. Was it the Oilers?
I feel like it would have to be one of the teams out of the East.
Puck Viral, the OG. Thank you for sending some folks over today. That is fantastic. I'm sorry you ended your stream early, but we really appreciate the support. We are having a fun time watching the Nashville Carolina game. If you guys are just joining us, Nashville just lit the lamp 53 seconds into the first period. Carolina is absolutely scrambling. We shall see if Carolina is able to slow this puck down or if Nashville is really going to keep the momentum going in the second period. We've got 18 minutes remaining. We're only 2 minutes in, and there is just chaos on the ice right now.
Isn't there always?
If you guys have not yet, make sure that you like the video and subscribe to the channel. We are on the road to 1,000. As we've said, we are looking to do a charity stream once we hit 1,000. Excited to prepare that for you all, so help us get there.
Oh my goodness, my research this stream has led me to have so many tabs open, including the American Idol wiki.
Yeah, Lil Boomer, we are in Smashville, not Trashville tonight. Nashville is got 2 goals on 8 shots. Carolina's got 1 goal on 12, and Nashville has gone from 6 to 9 shots in the last 2 minutes. So there is a ton happening for the Predators right now, and not a lot happening for the Carolina Hurricanes besides desperately trying to keep the puck out of their own end and failing. I'm excited to see if this picks up any of the physicality for Carolina a bit more as they turn to, an enforcing type role to slow down the Preds. I mean, at a certain point, you can't do it with speed anymore once you've been doing it for half a period.
Yeah, no, the Preds just keep getting some good chances on net. It seems like the Canes are really.
There's another! Oh, that almost went in. The Preds are absolutely, I just said they're looking for quality over quantity, but right now they're looking for quantity because the Carolina Hurricanes are just giving them whatever they want.
Honestly.
Up for discussion, we actually typically do drink on streams. I have a canned cocktail next to me that I never opened. And my co-host that almost always drinks on stream is late. So we are trying not to drink every day, and we do NHL playoff coverage every day. My poor liver, my summer beach bod needs me to take some days off.
Yes. And I cannot drink. So
Jenna is our sweet intern. She can drink when her semester ends. One thing I do love, even though the poor Carolina goaltender is having a tough night, is his black pad glove situation. It looks great. It looks great. We've been talking quite a bit about Carolina's alternate uniforms that they stick with. They rarely wear their home and away jerseys, and the goaltending pads look great. Actually, for both ends. Nashville's gold, what'd you call it, Kraft mac and cheese yellow.
Yeah,
look great. If you guys have not yet and are just hopping in, we are 4 minutes and 30 seconds into the second period between Nashville and Carolina. Nashville lit the lamp 53 seconds into the period with a great shot on net. Carolina's been scrambling since then. They finally started to slow down the puck a bit and get a couple opportunities on net. They're out shooting Nashville 14-10, but Nashville has had control of the offense this period. If you have not, make sure that you like the video and you subscribe to the channel. If you're new with us, we do daily NHL playoff coverage, and we take requests on what games you want to see and what games you want play-by-play coverage for. Oh, what an opportunity for Carolina. And we've got some pushing and shoving in the crease. That's Nashville's crease.
Yeah, it's finally seeming like they're getting some time in the offensive zone, and they've been getting shots on goal. So maybe this is them slowly turning it around.
Oh, yeah. Saros was lucky that did not go over his shoulder. Oh, it is 2-1 Pred Sports Geek. Thank you. I did not update the banner. Call me out when I don't update the banner. There's too much going on. When Megan leaves, I've got to do it all, man. Jenna does all the research.
Yes, all the intensive American Idol research and
well, so Jenna and Statman John.
Yes, figuring out who the players I don't know are.
Another great opportunity for Nashville. Goaltenders are really getting busy this period, which is what we love to see. We want more shots. We want more goals. We don't want OT.
I can't tell if that player that was wow. Okay, 64. I think that might be Granlund. Looked like he was down and hurting, but got back up and then blocked another shot. So
that's playoff hockey, man.
Hopefully he's okay. You know, sometimes they show if a player leaves the bench, sometimes if they don't. But I will try and keep an eye on that.
Yeah, absolutely. If you guys, now that it's 2-1 and the offensive shots have really picked up in the second period, let us know if you have a new guess on what the end score might be for this game. I don't know that overtime is necessarily a guarantee anymore now that we've got some momentum going, but you know, anything can happen. Let us know what you're thinking, how you're feeling about this game or the Toronto-Montreal game. Toronto-Montreal set a 3-0 in second intermission. Toronto absolutely dominating Montreal, looking to extend their series lead 3-1, hoping that we can wrap up some of these series and get to round 2.
It is just incredible to see how different it feels watching a 3-1 series and a 2-2 series, because 2-2, it feels so even. It feels like the series is going to go on forever. And 3-1, you're already worried about elimination and everything that goes along with trying to extend a series. And it's really just one game difference.
Yeah, Wild won. Got a couple Wild fans joining. What is the reaction to the Islanders win in 2 OT last night? We actually streamed that game. It was interesting to watch. Okay, no, it wasn't interesting because it was an incredibly boring game. However, the only reason it was boring is because there was no physicality. There was no momentum in overtime, no excitement until the Islanders, they scored off an awkward bounce. I mean, I'm excited to see what game 6 holds, but those teams were not playing again like they wanted to win a playoff game. There was a ton of momentum from the Penguins in the second period, which was really exciting. But again, they burnt out, and the Islanders played shoddy the entire game. They were outshot 2-1 the whole time. Tristan Jarry was the reason they won that game, not the Islanders' offensive skill, energy, momentum, nothing.
No, honestly, the third looked like it was a double overtime, and then they just kept going. So, yeah. Hopefully tomorrow's is better, especially if we end up streaming that game.
Yeah, one thing that I asked on Twitter today, and I was interested in the response, but if you're a Penguins fan, I know Statman John is, I know we have a couple in the comments, are you sticking with, I know Casey DeSmith is hurt, are you sticking with Tristan Jarry, or are you going with Legacy? I mean, I know it's a bold take, but Tristan Jarry has lost you 2 games now by bad goaltending. and you're in an elimination watch. I mean, it's the same thing the Florida Panthers just did by putting in their third string goaltender. I mean, granted, he was a prospect and not a veteran backup, but I don't know. Anything's possible. It's also really difficult when you're playing against such a great dual goaltending threat in Ilya Sorokin and Semyon Varlamov on the Islanders. Yeah, Jen has talked a few times about Zach Parise playing, and right now he's in because of injury, but
yeah, I will say, so he did have a goal in the last game, and I think that really was the final nail in the coffin of what I think the ownership and leadership wanted to be the end of Zach Parise in Minnesota. They wanted to get him out of there and do it as quietly as possible, with him getting less and less time and then being a healthy scratch. But by having to bring him back, because that is the logical decision, he was the best player available to bring back. And now him really contributing to the team's success and fans rooting for him again, I think it's a hard narrative to get him out of Minnesota, and it's not going to be tied up with a bow like it might have been before, which should be interesting. I think more things are on the table now for Parise than maybe I would have thought even a couple of days ago or earlier yesterday. But yeah, we'll see what ends up happening with his career and his time in Minnesota. I'm not 100% convinced that he is staying, but anything is possible with that at this point. I'm more focused, and I'm sure the team is more focused on this series and getting through it and trying to push for that game 7. But I think he's certainly going to be a big part of this series, whether the Wild want him to or not.
yeah, absolutely. I just checked in on our Discord to see how many of you had joined, and it seems like quite a few of you have. So thank you so much for doing that. Throwing the link once again into the comments if you have not. Simon John, I agree. I think you should put in Legazzi. I don't think that you have anything to lose if you're the Pittsburgh Penguins, besides him playing horrible in the first period and you put Tristan Jarry back in. But Tristan Jarry, like I said, has lost you 2 games already of the 3 that the Islanders have won. 1, the Islanders genuinely earned. 2, they did not. So, I mean, I don't see what there is to lose. It's the same conversation we had about Spencer Knight. Try another goaltender.
Yeah, and I think especially, like, even if you think that Jarry is the better goalie in general conversation between those two, I don't have an opinion on that, but I'm sure Pens fans do. You have to admit that he is not working against the Islanders. He is the reason that, goals have been going in. A lot of those opportunities shouldn't have gone past him or whoever the Pens have. So honestly, yeah, that's one of the situations you throw someone else in, because at this point, it doesn't seem like it can get worse than that for them.
I don't think it can. I'm interested to see what they decide. I mean, the Penguins have never been a team that makes those ambitious roster decisions. We just talked about this at length with the trade deadline and what they were going to do to try to boast the blue line, because they really they could make a cup run, but I don't think that they're going to go hugely deep because, again, they have huge gaps at goaltending. They also have gaps at the blue line. They have a ton of offense. They acquired Jeff Carter, which was a very interesting thing to do at the deadline. Not that he's a bad player, but they didn't need more offense. They needed things at the blue line. They needed things at goaltending. Ben Gaming, thank you for subscribing. We really appreciate it. So it's interesting. The Penguins have never been a team that went out and made crazy moves like a Taylor Hall move, like a Phil Kessel move. Well, they had Phil Kessel, but, things – not that they acquired in a huge blockbuster trade. Also, Nashville has Philip Forsberg in the box for tripping. So Carolina is go on a 2-minute power play with 11 minutes and 1 second remaining in the second. 2-1 Nashville, and 20 shots for Carolina, 11 for Nashville. Carolina has already scored once on a power play this evening. That's their 1 goal. So let's see if they can go 2 for 2 on goals on the power play. If you guys are just joining us, Make sure that you like the video and you subscribe to the channel. We do daily NHL playoff coverage. Like I said, there's 10 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the second period. This series is tied up 2-2. So we're interested to see who is going to take the series lead before they go back for Game 6 in Nashville at Bridgestone Arena, which is going to be a huge, huge challenge for the away team due to Bridgestone Arena's momentum and excitement from the fans. Obviously, a lot of these teams in the playoffs are not used to having fans in the arena, particularly up north. We were just chatting about how Montreal is the only team that has fans in their arena, not helping them tonight as they're down 3-0 to Toronto. Is it intermission still, or do we go into period 3?
I believe it is just period 3 is just starting. They are a couple seconds in, so nothing has changed there necessarily, but certainly I will keep switching back and forth so we have updates on that.
Fantastic. Private, you can listen to the game. It is on CNBC, and if you go to their website, it's on there. If you have NHL TV, you can find it in a couple different places. I believe Bally Sports has it locally as well. We just can't stream it on our channel because of copyright issues.
Honestly,
yes. Thank you.
Looking at this power play, I kind of thought the Canes were going to be able to do more with it.
They got 2 good quality shots off. Ben Gaming, who's your favorite team? What game do you want to see tomorrow? Because we haven't decided which one we're doing yet. We're between 2. We've got a close race on our Twitter page on people voting on which one they want to see. I will throw the link to our Twitter page in the comments. Let me update the ticker since we are in period 3 of Toronto, Montreal. Yep, Carolina was able to get off 3 shots on that power play, but not able to capitalize. We're now at 8 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the second period. Nashville up 2-1. As we said, Carolina outshooting Nashville 23-11. But Nashville's story of the last 3 games has been, like I've said, quality shots over quality shots, over quantity shots. They are not throwing the puck at the net the way that the Carolina Hurricanes have been, the way that the Pittsburgh Penguins have been. They have been focusing on confusing the goaltender and capitalizing where they can and making sure that Carolina's scrambling. It's the same story with the New York Islanders on Tristan Jarry and the Pittsburgh Penguins blue line. It's a simple playoff strategy that is working. And we have got, I can't tell if it's a hurt Hurricane or if he's trying to draw a penalty.
Sometimes it's a little bit of both.
Yeah, I believe he's trying to draw a penalty. We will see if that works. We're going into a commercial break. Where 007, that is a great point. Sidney Crosby, I believe, did not have a point last night. So he is on his 4th game without a point. Certainly his 4th game without a goal. He might have had an assist last night. But Crosby has had a very, very quiet series since game 1. Lucky for him, the Pittsburgh Penguins' first and second line, and even lower, have had an incredibly productive series.
No, we watched him have a goal.
Did he have a goal?
Yeah, he has 2 points in the playoffs so far in his 5 games.
I mean, when you're Sidney Crosby, though, 2 points in the playoffs is not going to cut it.
No, it's not good. But
you're saying that about Connor McDavid as well.
Yeah, keeping in mind, though, that those 2 points, I believe, came in the last game. So it seems like he is getting back to his old self.
Simon John, that's a great statistic as well. If you guys are just joining us, we are in a commercial break of the second period between Carolina Hurricanes and Nashville Predators. The Nashville Predators are holding a 2-1 lead over the Canes. Canes are significantly outshooting the Preds, though. We'll see if they're able to capitalize before the end of the period. There are 8 minutes remaining, and this series is tied 2-2. If you have not yet, make sure that you like the video and you subscribe to our channel if you're new with us. We have daily NHL playoff coverage. What will we do when hockey is over? Hockey is never over, right? We were talking about it yesterday, but through the end of June and mid-July, we will have the draft. We will have the expansion draft, which will be really big. And then the way that this season was actually scheduled, there will be a really shortened off season. So the preseason and then trade deadline and all of that, there will only really be a month or so off. We will be trying to do as many recorded interviews with hockey experts throughout the community as we can. We have those throughout our channel now. We have some with guys like Dale Arnold, who hosts the Boston Bruins, Rod Peterson, who is a TV host up in the North Division, some of the NWHL professional players and their GMs, people throughout men's and women's professional sports. So make sure that you check those out. We will continue to do those in the off season. We're hoping to get one from almost every team. Jenna is working hard to make a list of guests for the off season, and we are taking requests on who you guys want to see and what you guys want us to do. We'll try to do live coverage almost every day still of what's going on in the off season. And that's a Carolina goal off of an awkward deflection. Game is tied up 2-2 at the end of the second. Wow, it's seeming like this is the exact same as Sunday.
We've got our 2 goals for this period, so I say we just turn it off until the third. My answer to Ryan's question, though, is especially with my coverage of college hockey and, yeah, the draft right after the NHL playoffs and all the prospect news, there really is no off season. But that's the way I would like it. I think the long NHL offseason is honestly one of the hardest things. Summer hockey, I loved having in Minnesota with the BB League. I miss it. I want it to come back. But long summers off are hard. Let's see. So that was a goal. It looks like for is that Slavic?
Yeah, but the goal is under review right now.
Okay. And it's under review for, it's like goaltender interference.
Yeah, looks like we've got.
See, I would say it looks like the Canes player is really pushed by. Oh, who is that?
They're reviewing the goal now. It's up in Toronto, so it's going to take a few minutes. If you guys don't know, there's only one office within the NHL located in Toronto that reviews all goals that are questionable. And the referees, that's why they put the helmet on and they go and review. So we have to wait until they choose.
Yes. Honestly, I do love to imagine that is like a condition of being a Toronto Maple Leaf. Like they put the Maple Leaf players just in an office and they're like, do you think this was a goal? I know it's not how it works at all, but that's what I like to imagine.
Oh, Dog Walker 97. There is just no way I can forget that the Seattle expansion draft is in this offseason as well. It is so exciting. We are ready to see how Seattle is able to build up their roster. They already have Luke Henman signed from the Armada up in Canada, which is great. Yeah, Simon John Buda knows throughout the excitement. And then we're excited to see who Seattle hires as their coach as well. There are a few coaching vacancies within the current NHL teams, but whoever is hired in Seattle will have a huge impact on what the expansion draft looks like. So that'll be really big. Always looking to hear questions about what we think about Seattle. So throw those in the comments as well. And looks like we've got a decision on the goal. Lots of talking. No goal. That goal will be retracted.
Wow. I think that's a mistake of a call if they're saying that was. But that's honestly following the lines that they had the call. They took back the Eriksson Ek goal for the Wild. So whatever they've decided goaltender interferences in the playoffs certainly isn't what they thought it was in the regular season or past seasons.
Yeah, this is an interesting. I wish I had my volume on. If any of you guys had the volume on, obviously I watch the game in silence so that I can chat with you all. Good call. Yeah, let us know what they said.
I love the phone emoji.
Looks like. Oh, I thought you meant Montreal scored, Vinny. Excuse me. Montreal power play coming up. Okay.
Yes.
Now that we sit at 7 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in this period, obviously Carolina just briefly tied up the game and it was recalled. So the game still sits at 2 Nashville, 1 Carolina. Carolina has outshot Nashville still 23-11. Series is tied 2-2. Whoever wins will take the series advantage going into the game on Thursday in Nashville at Bridgestone Arena. Oh, that was what I wanted to bring up at intermission, John. We'll talk about it in a few minutes. I'm really excited to chat about this since there are quite a few rumors around the intent here.
Who was it that said the it was a snooze fest in Montreal because honestly, looking at it from a statistics standpoint, Montreal has now tied up the shots on goal. So it looks like they're putting in a bit more offensive effort. So it might not be as much of a runaway game as it looks.
I'd love to hear anyone that's watching the Toronto Montreal game how you feel about Carey Price playing his play tonight. If he is not playing great or if it's something else on Montreal's end that's leading to 3 goals. I genuinely have not watched it besides intermission, so I would just love to hear what that's looking like. Yeah, Kyle, this is a huge point that we were talking about both with this series as well as the Penguins Islanders game yesterday. More shots does not equal more goals. It's the quality of goals, not the quantity, or quality of shots, not the quantity. Nashville has 11 shots and they have 2 goals. Although 11 shots is low, they're still winning the game. And the Islanders had the same situation yesterday. Granted, Tristan Jarry did help them out quite a bit, but you don't need to fling every single puck at the net. Not taking time, not trying to.
I do think oftentimes with NHL players, like there'll be certain players, I know Mitch Marner, unfortunately, is a great example of this, who get in their head and really do look for that amazing shot that's going to go in. And so there certainly are players and teams out there where they need to have a more shot first attitude. But I think that's an attitude that's more prevalent more in less professional hockey settings. That's the kind of thing that I feel like you hear from a youth coach all the time. It's just shoot, you never know, it'll go in. But when you're facing NHL goaltenders, you have to have a bit more of a plan than just kind of shoot it and see.
Yeah. I mean, the Bruins have struggled in the past with too much passing, and I think that is a separate issue than not taking enough shots.
Yes.
Everyone's saying the call's messed up. What was the call? Also, Pens fan, hello. Thank you for joining us. If you guys are hopping in, we've got 6 minutes flat remaining in the second period. Carolina did attempt to tie it up. The goal was ruled no good on a call that I have not yet heard since my TV was on mute. So Nashville is still leading 2-1. Carolina is out shooting 23-11. We were just talking about what difference between quality and quantity of shots may look like for the Canes as well as the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Have you thought about putting the closed captionings on? Like, obviously it's a little bit behind, but then you could see exactly what the refs say for things like that.
I would have to screw with my TV for like 5 minutes.
Okay. I know with mine, it's just info and then CC and then on, but I don't know what your TV is like. And I'm watching on my phone.
I don't.
Captioning. Looks like Montreal in their game, they are halfway through a power play, but have not gotten a shot on the power play yet. It looks like Toronto is continuing to do great on their PK.
So they said that the goaltender didn't have good visibility because his own player was in front of him. Interesting.
Due to a skater. Wait, his own player? Did they actually say the own player? Because if so, that's... I was looking specifically at the rule where they used to explain what was called back for the Wild game, and the wording in the rule book is extremely vague on goaltender interference. And I knew that going into it, but it basically says if a player is interfering with a goalie's ability to play their position. But with that logic, you could say, the battles in front of the net at any time would be goaltender interference.
Oh no, the other team.
Yeah. Still, from what I saw, I don't think that was goaltender interference, and I think they're calling it really, really strongly this round, I guess, of the playoffs in all different games. So if there's a coach and you think there's any chance of it being interference, I say go for it, challenge.
There we go. Do I think the Penguins will go to Game 7? Perhaps. They've got a challenge ahead of them playing the last game in Nassau Coliseum. Yep, Statman John, you can push your poll. That's fine. For everyone that's joining us, we are in a commercial break at the tail end of the second period between the Nashville Predators and the Carolina Hurricanes. We just had a Carolina Hurricanes goal that was called back for an interesting goaltender interference call that is definitely going to be up for debate throughout this series, particularly if Nashville is able to pull out the win here. We shall see if Carolina can light the lamp again and try to tie this up, or if Nashville is going to run away with this win. The series is tied 2-2, so whoever wins this is going to go into Game 6 in Nashville at Bridgestone Arena with the series lead and put the opposing team on elimination watch. Did you guys hear about the Jets and Oilers? Yes, we did. The Jets swept the Oilers, which is very big. The Jets will now face the winner of the Toronto-Montreal series, which, speaking of, Toronto is currently winning in the third period 3-0 against Montreal. If they win that series, they will go on to take the 3-1 series lead and put the Montreal Canadiens on elimination watch. What the fuck has Jari done? He keeps getting beat. High glove side. I know, Pens fan. High glove side is Jari's kryptonite. And I just said, we just debated a few minutes ago, would you put Lagasse in or would you put Tristan Jari back in? Trash bagging it. The court. Nashville and Carolina are 5 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the second period. Nashville is winning 2-1. Carolina is out shooting them 23-12, though.
Which, again, with this series, we've learned means nothing.
Yep, these two teams did go to double overtime on Sunday, played a very interesting game that was pretty evenly matched. Obviously, the momentum is sitting with Carolina from a fan perspective with a full house at PNC Arena. However, they have not been able to tie it up after that goal was called back a few minutes ago. If you guys are just joining us, make sure that you like the video, you subscribe to the channel. We do daily NHL playoff coverage. We are excited to see what you guys think about the tail end of this period. 4 minutes and 50 seconds remaining, and excited to see if Carolina can tie it up. Sabres or Red Wings? I mean, do I have to pick?
I mean, I know I'm obviously going to go with the Red Wings just because of their connections to BU. They've got a pretty strong prospect pool playing at BU, and I believe that they're going to be good sooner rather than later, but not super soon, if that makes sense. Sabres just seems, I feel like there's still some excitement around the Red Wings. Like, I feel like, who was it that just went there? He's got a dog named Phoebe. That's a Bernese Mountain Dog.
Don't know, man. We are 6 likes away from 50, though. Help me get there before Megan hops into the stream at some point.
I can't remember, but there seems to be some excitement there. I feel like people are just miserable in Buffalo.
Austin, we cannot show the game live because of copyright issues, but we will answer any questions, and we do try to provide updates every 30 seconds to a minute on what's going on in the game as we answer questions in the comments. Can the Canes tie or win this game? Yeah, they can easily tie or win this game. This is nobody's easy win at this point, and there's an entire period of hockey left to play.
Yeah, I honestly could easily see them tying it going, before the second is up. I'm not talking about Bernie. I'm talking about a player's dog that I follow on Instagram, but I can't remember the player. I can only remember the dog.
Statman John, thank you for letting me know the Celtics lost. No surprise there. Got 4 minutes remaining in the second period for this game. Nashville still sits 2-1. They are being outshot 23-13. It's slowing down a bit on both sides of the ice. It's looking like these teams are getting a little bit tired after the retracted goal for Carolina. Everyone's looking a little bit deflated, which is interesting. Nashville should not look deflated with the win or the lead that they have right now. Yep, Tyler, there was a disallowed goal for Carolina because there was goaltending interference with an opposing player in the crease, which is where a lot of frustration is coming from. An opposing player in the crease should not necessarily.
Yes, and I would say, based on what I saw from what led to them calling that goal back, from my perspective, it really looked like it was a player in the crease because one of the Preds players pushed them in, which honestly then should negate the interference, but they've been calling those super strict recently.
One other point to note, is that Carolina has 10 giveaways in this game thus far. Nashville has 0. So although Nashville is sitting low on the shot count, Carolina is giving them more opportunities than they probably should if they want to take the lead in this game. And look who has come to join us, folks. Megan has come to see the tail end.
I'm here.
2 minutes remaining in the second period, and we have a whole third period of hockey to watch.
Yes, I'm so ready. I'm so pumped. I feel like my life has been empty without streaming with everyone for a while.
For everyone that just joined, thank you for hopping in. Make sure you like the video and subscribe. We've got 2 minutes and 48 seconds remaining in the second period. Nashville is winning 2-1. Carolina, however, is outshooting them 23-14. Carolina did have a disallowed goal for everyone that asked. There was goaltender interference on a questionable call. Everyone in the comments has their own opinions on that, so be sure to share yours.
I feel like this has been like a consistent trend over the last like few days that the team that wins is drastically undershooting the team that loses.
That has been what we've been.
Like the Penguins had like 50 shots on goal. Like what the fuck? I look nude. I'm not. I realized my hair was blocking my shirt. Let's go Pens. Thank God. What's up?
Yeah, we've been talking quite a bit about the Penguins' loss yesterday because Carolina had the same situation on Sunday that they severely outshot Nashville, but they lost. The Penguins severely outshot the Islanders. They lost. And it's the same situation right now. It's the quantity of shot versus, I keep mixing them up, the quality of shot versus the quantity of shots. And and it's affecting the goaltenders too. Obviously, Saros is playing a better game here. Sorokin played a better game last night in the same thing.
Yeah, well then obviously for Tristan Jarry, you're gonna play shit regardless. Like you just suck, but whatever.
Tyler, we stream a different game every night. We take requests on what you guys want to see. So if there's a game that you want us to do, we have not set our schedule for the rest of the week, or it's very lightly scheduled. So let us know what you want to see. If there's a round 2 matchup you're excited about, make sure that you shoot us a DM on social media or let us know in the comments, and we will take it under advisement.
Yeah, and we post it every morning on all of our social pages what we're gonna cover that day. Megan, can we not talk about last night? Yeah, I'm fine with that. I just like figured since I haven't been here for a hot minute, I had to address the situation, and then we can like all just like move on together. Yeah.
Until we hit game 6 tomorrow night at the Nassau Coliseum. And the Islanders lead 3-2 in that series. We'll have to see if the Penguins can push a game 7 or not. But that's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, I have nothing else to say about that.
If you guys have not yet, make sure that you follow us on social media. We've got 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining in the second period. Nashville's still up 2-1. And we shall see if Carolina can tie this up before the end of the second.
Yeah. Last night at the Mets game, do a NASCAR race.
Oh, Chase, you were the one that was telling us all about Discord, right? Guess what I did today?
I would do a Formula 1 race, but I wouldn't do NASCAR. I can't talk to NASCAR, but I can definitely talk to Formula 1.
I really got into NASCAR last summer when there were no other sports. I was really desperate.
Can you wait, if you're into NASCAR, can you watch on Netflix F1 Drive to Survive?
I could.
Because if you like NASCAR, I think you would like it.
Yeah. I feel like I wasn't super into NASCAR, but I was more of I was just desperate for sports. I would watch it again though, like if it was on.
Pens fan, I honestly could like literally just talk about it forever. And I really hated the game last night. Every time the Islanders would score, they would like put it up on the fucking screen and I would just be like, fuck. And then I've been walking around in my Mets shirt all day and I'm like, bruh, I feel like a walking Islanders billboard and I hate myself for it. But this sweatshirt I bought was so comfy.
That looks like a really nice sweatshirt.
It's so comfy. I'll send you a picture later.
All right, guys, we've got 40 seconds remaining in the second period, which is not NASCAR related. It is hockey related between the Nashville Predators and the Carolina Hurricanes. Nashville is up 2-1, wrapping up this period. Carolina outshooting Nashville 24-16. This series, once again, is tied 2-2. Whoever wins will hold the series lead and put their opponent on elimination watch going into game 6 on Thursday in Nashville. If you guys are just joining us, thanks for hopping in. Make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel as we hit our road to 1K. 50K. I believe we are only about 5 likes. Oh no, we're 1 like away from 50. Don't leave me hanging.
For the night?
Yeah.
Oh, 50 likes. Never mind. I was like, don't we have more than 50 subscribers?
No, we have 568 subscribers.
Dear. Avs fanboy. I'll give you a go, Avs. I was walking home from the gym today and I saw someone in an Avs sweatshirt and she saw me in my NWHL sweatshirt and we like gave each other like a mutual understanding of like hockey look and it was just like a moment. It was really cute. Just
The
about.
Avs are one of the teams that have been super supportive of the NWHL, which is always fun to see. Especially because they don't have a team out there.
Yeah. Weird. Some Canes goals
with you,
One
Megan.
can only hope. I have a lot of puns ready for social tomorrow, depending on whether or not the Canes win.
You missed all of Aaron's. Aaron was on a roll.
Yeah, Aaron came.
No! Oh my God,
he had to go to bed.
3 o'clock in the morning over there. Fuck. Damn it. 007, honestly, Malkin looks like shit.
He scored a goal yesterday.
His first in like forever.
Because he wasn't playing.
We were doing this godforsaken game for you that went to double overtime. And we're that
game was not for me. The people in the chat the other day fought for that game. Don't even go there.
Malkin scored and we literally were like, Megan's going to hate on him anyway.
He got an assist too.
Yeah. We were having a good time. We were talking about how well Malkin was doing, how he was having a comeback.
Knights out shit or outshot? Because I'd say both.
What team do you guys like? I'm a Boston Bruins fan with a soft spot for the Florida Panthers. Jenna.
Like 2 weeks ago, that would be so different. Shannon's soft spot has changed.
My soft spot was for I do kind of like the Capitals very loosely because I live in DC, but I wouldn't say that I support them.
That's why it's a soft spot. Anyway, Jenna, you go.
Yes, I am a Leafs and Wild fan.
I am a Penguins fan with a soft spot for the Caps and the Vegas Golden Knights. Just like off the wall. What about it?
He likes the Bruins and the Panthers as well.
Yes.
Thank you guys that are just hopping in the comments. We are chatting it up with you guys as we wait for intermission of the Nashville Predators, Carolina Hurricanes to wrap up. We've got a lead for the Predators 2-1 in this intermission as Carolina had a goal recalled, which was on a questionable interference revision. So let us know what you think about that. If you saw the goal, let us know who you think is winning this game. Is Nashville going to hold the lead? Is Carolina going to be able to tie this up and go to the dreaded overtime?
TBD, but I think the Maple Leafs are about to beat the Canadiens, so that's cool.
Yeah, it looks like with just under 5 minutes left, they're still up 3-0, which is a steep deficit to try and come back from.
Okay, wait, I want to answer this. If I had to trade one of the core players, I saw that and I was like watching it all and just talking. I was like, I'm gonna wait my turn. If I had to get rid of Crosby, Malkin, or Letang, who would it be, and what would you trade them for? What or who? I would get rid of Malkin because I think he's the least impactful right now.
Letang, are you kidding me? Letang is a broken paper crane.
He's been
honestly, if you want Crosby to be happy in Pittsburgh, you keep Malkin.
I don't really care about Crosby's happiness, to be completely honest.
Oh, that's what you say about the future of the Pittsburgh Penguins for the next 5 years.
I really don't care about his happiness. I don't care. Switch up the team. I've come to the point where I'm over it. Let's just do it. They're gonna have to make the change.
Got a bit before you can have this attitude.
I've come
They're
out
not even eliminated yet.
Well,
we also have the goaltender pulled. Well, not at this very second. Oh.
It was.
Yeah, just the CNBC coverage is not stellar. The goaltender is pulled in Montreal. We'll see if they can take a lead against Toronto. We know how that goes.
I like this comment too. I'm a Penguins fan who thinks a dinner roll could play better than Jari. I agree.
Looks like both Hyman and Matthews had chances at the empty net. So Montreal really isn't getting it together here.
Yeah, Canadians are looking rough.
Yeah. I was seeing someone in the comments was saying the Jets impressed them, and I am really surprised by that. I just feel like
How about them Jets?
they got past an unproductive McDavid and Draisaitl, but I don't know. Maybe I'm underestimating them.
At Chase, fun fact, hockey is not the sport of Canada. The national sport of Canada is lacrosse.
That is true.
Always something fun to learn. She's back. Me? Yes, I'm back. Hi. I'm like technically out of office this week, but I miss you people too much. I have 100% love from about 1%. Well, then wouldn't that be 99?
Oh, that is open net goal for Toronto.
Oh, good for Toronto, honestly.
4-0 with 3 minutes and 30 seconds remaining.
Jenna,
Yes.
question. Why did you wait, what?
Yeah, I didn't put that up because I didn't know what it meant.
Never mind.
Stop touching the buttons. You were like,
I'm not even in the tab right now, so I don't know what you were talking about.
Yeah, bottom
Wait,
line. we were
Vincent,
not-
I didn't see the video.
What? Who?
Trying to see who scored the empty net.
Yeah,
goal.
we
What's the puck? Like, he's the one whose family owned a hockey team. And they have like OG pucks from the team.
Oh.
Can you DM it to me? I feel like I haven't seen this. What teams that didn't make the playoffs this season? Oh, I like this question. Shan, you can go first here. What teams that didn't make the playoffs this season do you think will have the best chance of making it next season?
The Rangers, 100%. Coyotes.
We were talking last stream about there definitely being a resurgence from the California teams.
I'd be okay with that.
If the Kings are able to land Jack Eichel, I think they have a fantastic chance, but it depends on who they lose in the Seattle Kraken draft. I know that they are at risk. Actually, so is San Jose. The Kraken are doing a ton of scouting over there. I mean, simply because of proximity, but they're doing a ton of scouting in the West Division right now.
Mm-hmm.
Also because they're probably going to be placed in a division with those guys. So if they can poach any of their players, that'll be
Yeah, they technically are, and then there's one team moving into like a Central Division.
Okay, it looks like the empty net goal was awarded to Alex Galchenyuk with an assist to Kerfoot. So that pretty much puts a lid on the game there in Montreal.
So Vinny says Montreal is done. Do you guys think that Montreal can push a game 6? I mean, we have had multiple series that were down 3-1 that have now pushed it to a game 6. Minnesota being one, Florida being another.
That series, it's a unique situation because the game they did win wasn't even a strong win from them. And I feel like a lot of it was because Toronto was so shaken up.
Yeah, that's what it is. The Yotes moved to Central. True. Thank you. Were we talking about me in a Bruins jersey earlier?
We were.
Yes.
Were you trying to decide who I should get?
We did ask if anyone had an opinion. Yes.
I was gonna say I just saw someone comment that I should get Rask.
Yeah. Someone said it earlier that they thought Rask would be a good option because the Penguins have not had great goaltending the last few years, and obviously Rask is a historic goaltender.
Especially, I just like goalies in general. Someone also asked, I lost the comment. What happened to Matt Murray? He started to suck, so he went away.
Which I guess means that the entire goaltending house of the Pittsburgh Penguins is going away after the season.
I had a really long, aggressive talk with my trainer about this today. That I'm just so over the Pittsburgh goaltending. It all needs to go away. We need to refresh it and just start anew.
You should go. I want
to
to
get rid of these expensive ass players and spend money on a goaltender.
Officer Gaming. I actually know. Well, I've never met him, but Chris Wagner is a cousin of my hairdresser at home, and we grew up the next town over from one another, which is really crazy. But half of the Boston Bruins are from Massachusetts, so I have mutual connections to quite a few of them, and just have not met them because I haven't lived there in 6 years. But what are your thoughts on Vasilevsky? He's a perennial Vezina goaltender. There's not a lot you can say beyond that. Any team that goes up against him has to put up, again, double the shots, have double the opportunities just because less than half of them are going in. So,
and where's her boyfriend?
What? Oh, he's not in. He had 2 days off. On a
Was
real
he
note,
not on last night either?
no. Officer Gaming, the Bruins are not giving up Jeremy Swayman out of their cold, dead hands. They would have such a large asking price.
No, he's
However,
saying for the jersey.
Yeah.
oh, I thought you meant goaltender because she just said she wanted to trade for a goaltender. I was going to say you should try to get Gibson from Anaheim.
Yeah.
Oh.
I feel like the
Oh,
goaltender trade market is always so complicated because goalies can be hot and cold. A veteran goaltender can go onto the market and be really good or be really bad. It's always a gamble, and I feel like
That's like
teams
Fleury.
often
Like he really wasn't doing it for us in the end, and I think it's easy for us to like forget that when he's like killing it. It's like this was not what was happening in Pittsburgh a few years ago. Like it was not the situation. But yeah, Shan, no, don't trade Swayman.
I was like, that is an odd take from you.
I was
You
like,
usually
wait,
have good things to say.
comment wrong.
I mean, it's so hard when you're looking at all the comments to keep track of. That is a doggo you see behind me. He is so snuzzed. Cool to see women talking about hockey. No, that is great.
Oh, we don't take that as sexist at all.
No, we appreciate the support. If you have not yet, make sure, not just you, Hunter, but if you guys are just joining us for the second period intermission, make sure that you like the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We do daily NHL playoff coverage, and we take requests on what game you guys want to see. So if you're a fan of a team and you want to see either the end of the first round, beginning of the second round, or you're just super excited about a matchup, let us know.
Yeah. Vincent, I'll look that up. I just took a picture of that, so I'll look it up after the stream. My takes are sometimes questionable. Me too.
And
I have a lot of
official final score for the Leafs 4-0.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah, Callie, exactly like Fleury was not doing well in Pittsburgh, but I'm so happy he's doing well now. Like I'm almost like more excited for him to win now because it almost feels like a comeback. And it's just like so well deserved. Like he earned his spot for sure. After Seattle drops from the league, they will be good with monies. Y'all, I'm stressed about this draft. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Through the link to our Instagram page in the chat. If you have not yet, make sure that you like us there. We are getting close to 600 followers. Would love to hit that before round 2 starts. Getting close to a couple milestones in a few different social media channels. So make sure that you check us out. Are you gals former current hockey players? Meg and I don't play hockey, but Jenna does.
Yes, I actually played for a couple of years when I was super little. Everyone pretty much does in Minnesota. Took most of my life off and then started playing again in college. So I play club hockey. I'm a forward/goalie, whatever my team needs. So I'm their emergency backup if they need me. And yeah, it's really fun. I've always had it from the fan perspective. So being able to take what I know as a hockey journalist and a hockey fan and applying it on the ice has been really cool. But I know a lot of people go the other way where they start playing and then figure it out that way.
Yeah, Shannon and I have just been like kind of like lifelong fans. So
I have been saying on streams though, if you live in the DC area, I am desperately looking to join a social league and cannot find one. So like if you know them, please send us a DM.
Shannon's desperately trying to buy rollerblades.
I want rollerblades so bad, but I cannot
It's a
justify
great
them.
investment.
I fear for you.
10 out of 10 should.
I can skate well though. Like
Yeah. I have been told because I am so passionate about hockey but didn't play for so long, like I feel like I have like the hockey brains. Like I know a lot about the sport and from watching it can kind of see how plays are going to roll out. I just don't have the physical ability to play at where my mind's at. I'm like, okay, I'm going to skate and then I'm going to go backwards. And then the backwards just doesn't quite happen.
oh, backwards would be a problem for me. I can skate well forwards.
I can go backwards. I just can't go backwards at game pace. And then I'm playing against, oh my goodness, my first ever face-off was Harvard doesn't have enough players. So we give players to Harvard. So I was playing for Harvard. So it's against my teammate. And she's from Hawaii. And she's one of the best hockey players I've ever met. I've never taken a face-off before. My coach just throws me out there and I'm like, all right, let's try this. And she was on the like other end of the rink before I knew the face-off was happening.
Well, before we answer this, I want Alex to type something in a follow-up. What are we talking about? A Vegas not a Vegas, a Pittsburgh, Florida trade. Who are you referring to? Anyway, continue. Do you guys have a favorite college hockey team you follow? Jenna?
I
you follow yourself?
So I am obviously a college undergrad student right now. I attend Boston University. I work for both of their hockey teams, so I'm extremely in favor of them, extremely anti-BC, Northeastern, Harvard, any of those. I love watching Hockey East, but I'm also very partial to Big Ten hockey. Grew up going to Minnesota games. Wisconsin games are always fun. My mom went to Michigan. So, but BU is my main love, but I do have a soft spot for all of the teams in Minnesota. Seeing them not win the tournament this year was pretty heartbreaking.
Guys, we have way too many soft spots in our world. I, just because I'm a Penn Stater, like, I follow Penn State hockey now. They just got a brand new arena that's stunning. I haven't been able to go yet just because, like, I just never had tickets and then COVID, but it's fine. But yeah, they're on the ups. So that's exciting to see that program grow for sure.
Yeah, I'll support any Hockey East team just from being from Massachusetts. I almost went to school in New England and obviously loved hockey when I was up there. But except for UMass Lowell, their fans are so annoying. I'm so sorry if you're a fan of UMass Lowell, but like they drive me up a wall.
Oh, we
Also,
are Penn State, damn straight.
Clarify, Vincent. No, I go to BU. I'm wearing my BU merch right now.
No, she goes to Harvard. They're upper
I
West.
have played for the Harvard women's club team several times because they don't have enough players. So I can say that I am a Harvard hockey player, although it's completely a lie.
Thank you for a few of you guys that just hopped back in the comments. Troy, I see John jumped back in. Alex jumped back in. Your boy Jack jumped back in. If you guys have not yet, make sure that you like the video. If you're new with us and just joining us for the first time tonight, we are in the second period intermission of the Nashville Predators Carolina Hurricanes game. Nashville Predators are holding a 2-1 lead in the game after Carolina had a goal reversed with a goaltending interference call. We will see if Carolina can tie up this game or if Nashville is going to hold the lead with a 2-2 series tied up. And whoever wins this game will go in with the series lead and put their opponent on elimination watch with Game 6 in Nashville on Thursday. Make sure, once again, if you have not yet, you like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're new with us.
I'm seeing lots of love for the Golden Gophers in the chat, which I love to see. They were struggling for a bit, except for obviously their women's team is always great. But this season, they had a record season. It was fun to watch.
Sorry, I accidentally clicked that. Someone earlier was talking about like the expansion draft, and they were saying like you can protect a bunch of whatevers. And I just figured I would like touch on that of like what the actual rules are. Vegas is exempt, obviously. But then they have the option of protecting 7 forwards, 3 defensemen, and 1 goalie, or 8 skaters in total. So like that's a way to protect more on the defense, and 1 goalie. So that's where that lies, just so we all know. But yeah, let's get some defense up in Pittsburgh this year. I'd be happy. Who won the jersey? Shannon knows that.
Ooh, I don't know his exact handle. He is a Minnesota Twitch streamer that plays NHL esports. So I thought it was a cute little mesh of Minnesota Wild fans and esports. Since I am a big, I do not play esports. However, I do think that the esports leagues that the professional leagues are trying to get into are really cool. So he won, and once the jersey arrives to me, I will send it to him. However, we will be doing a jersey giveaway for each round of the playoffs, and we are waiting until I need like one more team to get eliminated before I can comfortably buy the jersey for round 2 because I already bought one and the team was eliminated. So I am now the owner of a lovely Edmonton Oilers practice jersey.
That was a bold take. Now they're swept.
Wait, Dan, you
I
go to
bought it one game into the series.
Wait, Dan, this guy goes to Penn State. Shannon and I are going to the Penn State Auburn game.
True.
I have season tickets, but I'm bringing Shannon with me for that one.
I'm a diehard Auburn fan. I'm a grad student there.
Wow. Way to not bring your intern.
I only get 2. Oh my god, everyone in my family wants these, and we only have 6 tickets.
It is a big probably their whiteout game.
Okay. I don't like football.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be our wedding. It's a 7:30 game. My sister's wedding this is the day before. It must be stopped.
Also, the third period has begun. We're about 1 minute in. We shall see who can take control of the game here. If you have any last-minute game score predictions, let us know.
Vincent wants to see your jerseys, Shan. Actually, we're going to make videos for our future. Well, we've already started our TikTok channel. That's going to show all of our jerseys, guys.
Oh, guys, I am not mad about owning this Edmonton Oilers jersey. Their practice jerseys are actually really nice, and I got an incredible deal off of eBay. So, like, not that bad, but yeah.
Wait,
Auburn-
Dan, how do you not have? Did you not get season tickets? What? Yeah, I think it's gonna be the white for sure. I agree. Knights should be in the draft. Knights definitely should. Shannon, we lost Shannon. Vegas should be in the draft. I feel like they should change the limit from like 5 years to 3 years. I feel, especially like the way they played, you can kind of see the advantage this version of the expansion. Shannon's face, I can't. This version of the expansion can get you like such success. So I think they really have to adjust.
I feel like they need to do this version of the expansion a bit more. Like, you can't just say from Vegas's success that this kind of expansion is always going to be that successful. I think they have,
but it's better than how they used to do it when they were just like, okay, you're a hockey team, go make it.
But I think sticking with the original plan of waiting 5 years, you know, if we now see Seattle have, you know, if Seattle goes on to win the cup in year 1, then yeah, maybe we have a problem. But I honestly think that it's too early to say, you know, if we start calling things back because Vegas was doing so well and then we see it super negatively affect Seattle. I don't know. I think it's too early to say. I think Vegas, they have their issues, but they have been playing well and they have been playing through it. I think that's because of other things. You know, I also think the expansion draft, okay, they take away one player. What's that really going to do to Vegas?
Yeah. Chase, Auburn is in like the school.
Auburn University. I do not live there. I am an online student there. Sorry. That's when my Wi-Fi went out when I was finishing that statement.
Yeah. Shannon and I are both online grad students.
And podcast hosts and full-time job owners. And
we love ourselves.
I love streaming with you all. So if you have not yet told us who you think is winning this game, Nashville holds the 2-1 lead. 2.5 minutes into the third period. Carolina is still out shooting Nashville 24-19. So Nashville has cut that deficit of offensive momentum that Carolina's been holding the entire game. Once again, the series is tied 2-2 if you have not seen it yet. Questions for you guys. What Bruins player's jersey should I get between McAvoy and Bergeron? Oh, that is a tough choice. I would say McAvoy. I think either McAvoy or Pasternak because they have the most career ahead of them. Granted, Bergeron has an incredible career, and his jersey will never be outdated. Same with Marchand. He probably has 5 more years left with the team. But McAvoy and Pasternak, I think McAvoy is a future captain. Pasternak probably not, but he has an incredible career as an offensive powerhouse ahead of him.
Yeah, I think both of those younger players have proved themselves to be a big part of this new era for the Bruins. So I think they're very safe bets for jerseys. Unless you have a big sentimental attachment to Bergeron or Marchand, you've seen them play for a long time. I would always tend to go younger with jerseys just to kind of make them last longer.
I tend to do the opposite. I normally go for like those ones that are like never going to be out of style. Like if you get like a Marshy, like that's never going to like go away, you know? Like that's never going to be a well-acknowledged jersey.
I got my Marshy jersey when he was not popular and not the best player. And yes, it did age well, but there's always a gamble there.
Right, I was going to say, you never know.
So what if, God forbid, what if David Pasternak or Charlie McAvoy don't end up on the Bruins in 5 years?
Yeah.
I don't think that'll happen.
McAvoy is like when he got pushed over the boards and like fell into like the side of the rink. I
love how our answer is basically any of them, but they're all a risk.
That's why I don't put names on my jerseys anymore unless I have a huge passion about the player I'm purchasing the jersey for.
I have one jersey with a name on it, and I want more. I'm not into the blanks. I know they're easier to find and cheaper, but
I've been getting more into the blanks for teams that I like just don't give a shit about, but I like the jersey, you know?
I'm not at that point in my collecting where I can do that.
We do have a review in the game right now. I think it is for a penalty because there was no goal on the play. We got 16:52 remaining in the third period.
Nashville goal is tightening up. That is getting much closer now.
Yeah, we've got 20 for Nashville and 24 for Carolina. I believe we are going to get.
This might be a penalty on.
It's not a penalty. It looks like they're about to take puck. I think it's just where the face-off was going to be, which it's going to be in the Nashville zone. Looks like Off is going to take it for Carolina, so that's a great opportunity.
Troy asked if we stream every day. We stream almost every day.
Yeah, almost every day.
We give ourselves a day off here and there because like it gets really tiring to do this for like 3 to 5 hours every night, but we try to do most days.
We do it almost every day. We take requests for which games you guys want to see. We're super excited to get to 1,000 subscribers. We've got great things planned for the 24-hour stream that we have committed to. So make sure that you help us get to 1,000 subscribers, hoping to link in charity in some form on the Warpath. Thanks for subscribing. First-time viewer. Yeah, blanks over play. I mean, depends on the player, depends on the team. But if I don't have a huge passion for the team, then I'm not going to pay for the player, right?
Yeah.
Didn't start the clock. Thanks, Little Boomer, for the clarification. Like Megan said, we've got Nashville creeping up in the offensive opportunities, which is no bueno for Carolina, who is down in the game 2-1 right now. And that was a high hit by Dougie Hamilton. We'll see if that is putting him in the box once again. That'll be, I believe, his second. Oh, no, he's not going. All right.
I will say Alex Smith in the comments says he always does blank or retro and only has a name one for Patrick Kane.
That's crazy because Alex has like 100 jerseys.
Alex has so many jerseys. It's
also
crazy.
Of all the players to have a name jersey for, I am so sorry that you have a Patrick Kane jersey.
Lil Boomer, speaking of tomorrow's game, we are between the Pens Isles and the Battle of Florida. We have a tight Twitter poll going right now on which game we should do. I have preferences either way. Like, your girl loves the 6:30 game because it ends earlier, but Battle of Florida is contentious. So we'll see. We have to decide soon. So let us know in the comments if you have a preference, if we do Penguins Islanders or Battle of Florida tomorrow. Honestly, it'll be fine either way. Both of them are elimination games, and if one is not eliminated, we're seeing a Game 7, and Game 7s are always exciting.
Game 7s are exciting.
Yeah, it looks like the poll is still where it was at before with Pittsburgh, New York leading. So
yeah, but like just by like a minuscule, right?
Very small amount.
Yeah. Which is always difficult to decide then.
That's the second time we've gotten that question today. What we're going to do when hockey's over. Hockey never ends, folks. There is plenty to cover in the offseason. We've got the regular draft, the expansion draft, the trade deadline, preseason getting ready. We do a lot of recorded interviews with experts throughout the hockey league. So make sure you check out those that are already on our channel. We've got guys like Dale Arnold, Rod Peterson, Pierre. Sorry, there was a penalty. Lots of guys on our channel for you to check out. And we will be doing those throughout the offseason as well, previewing the upcoming season, reviewing the current season, checking out how the Seattle expansion draft affects teams going into next season.
Yeah, guys, we are technically a podcast. So we have like legit episodes. We just live stream because it's so much more fun to talk to all of you during playoffs, especially. But we will have like actual episodes again in the off season.
Chase Henderson, I like the Panthers. My jersey's over there. I'm just not getting up for it.
Wait, when did Syndergaard get hurt again? Like, he was not alive yesterday.
We're not doing the Mets discussion again. I'm so sorry, Underwater, but you guys went at it for like 2 hours in the comments yesterday.
Wait,
I love the question asking if you're wearing an Oilers jersey.
I don't.
It's a Mets
Oh,
shirt.
no. I'm wearing a Mets.
Of all the things you thinking it would get mistaken for, did you think it was going to be an Oilers?
I know.
The Nashville Predators are on a power play about 10 seconds in. Carolina just had a great block shot off of what looked like it would have been a hard shot to block. Nashville is at 20 shots, Carolina at 25, 14 minutes remaining in the third. when did we all start hockey? Well, we started this podcast New Year's Eve this year. We started planning it in November. In terms of when we started liking hockey, many, many years ago.
A very long time ago. Mickey hurt his arm shaper.
It is the colors of an Oilers jersey. It's the color of the Islanders as well.
I swear.
Nashville, a minute into their power play, and they have not been able to get a shot off. Typical.
Yeah, this was just the sweatshirt I had on hand, guys. I don't have any of my hockey jerseys with me. I'm not home.
Very good opportunity there for
45 seconds left in the power play. Can the Preds capitalize? Because this would be big for them to go up 3-1 right now.
Yeah, they're flinging a lot of pucks on net. They're not even.
I feel like the other day I kept saying it like looked super sloppy, but I feel like this is starting to look a little more structured, which is nice. Thank you. Yes, tell everyone.
Yeah, we are super excited. Also, guys, speaking of larger communities, we did join Discord today to make a community for you guys to chat on hockey all the time, whether we're live streaming or not. So I will throw the link in the comments. We have multiple sub channels for you all to chat about NHL, the playoffs, NWHL, when we're going live, what games you want us to cover, whatever you want. Join the channel. We only set it up today, so we're still learning a little bit. We're taking recommendations on what kind of stuff you guys want to see on there. Let us know.
Yeah, we are back at full strength over here in the Carolina Nash game. 12 minutes left in the third period. Honestly, Nash has not had a shot in a while. And they just had a full-on power play. So no official shots. Which seems fucked up because they definitely just put one right over the net. I don't really understand. I think whoever's counting this needs to have some water.
If it goes over the net, that's not a shot on goal.
If it just goes like right over, though, that's not considered a shot on goal?
No. So a shot on goal has to be that if the goaltender was not there or if whatever blocked it was not there, it would go in. So if it's just it's a shot deflected up, that's not a shot on goal, but it does count as a shot, which isn't what they actually show.
Officer Gaming, that's a really fun idea that you thought of, because when we interviewed Dale Arnold at the beginning of the season, he was just wrapping up the coordination for his book on Sean Thornton, which just recently came out. I'm really excited to read it. I haven't had time with the playoffs started, but that is actually something I'm going to do when hockey's over, is read Dale Arnold's second book about Boston, which is the biography on Sean Thornton.
Idea.
Discord does usually have moderators. I can set moderators once we have more folks in the channel, but I just wasn't going to do it. Well, Megan, Jenna, and I are moderators, obviously, but I wasn't going to do it until we have more people in the channel. So invite more people, and you guys might be moderators. David, this is something
how it works.
This was also something we were chatting about the other day, that Nashville, once they get deeper in their playoff runs, do have, since it's obviously country music safe haven, they bring people in and they don't tell them until the day of. So everyone conspiracizes based off of who's on tour in Nashville, who is, doing press type things in the city and just would have time to do it. Obviously, Carrie Underwood is always a fan favorite to do it because she's married to Mike Fisher, the former Nashville Predators. She's a huge fan. She was at the last game on Sunday. So excited to see.
Yes.
I think
wow, I'm so excited to see so many of you in the Discord. I don't even understand how this works, but this is so exciting.
We're at 574 subs for the night. I would love to hit 580 before this game wraps up. My goal was 600, but I will accept 580.
Yeah, it's okay. I know when I'm not here, it's hard.
Yeah, Officer Gaming, shoot us a DM on Twitter or Instagram, one of the two. I would love help understanding Discord and how to grow it. I know you guys asked for it, and I'm more than happy to give you guys what you want. So,
yeah. Everything's for y'all.
Like and subscribe for more content.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because, guys, the more subscribers we get, the more time we can put into this, because the less I'll need my day job. Just kidding.
GP, thanks for joining us. Yeah, we've heard a lot of commentary about the refs today, particularly after the Carolina goal was called back for goaltender interference that would have tied the game in the second period. So we haven't
Yeah,
set
it's
up.
kind of been a trend here that the refs are starting to like become the story for a few situations, which is disappointing for sure.
Troy, we are not from Texas. We're from all over. I'm from Boston and live in DC.
I'm from Jersey. I, in theory, live in New York City.
And I'm originally from Minnesota, but spend most of my year in Boston.
Oh, I guess she does live.
No, don't mention it. No relation to Texas. I'm definitely not stuck there for the summer.
Carrie Underwood can sing her ass off. I love Carrie Underwood.
Chase, I'm sorry you're in the minority there that I do love country music.
I have a playlist of country music.
I love country music.
I've never been to Nashville though.
Because then it sounds like
I want to go for a batch. I was supposed to go in October, but that didn't happen.
The energy in PNC Arena is unparalleled right now. The Carolina Hurricanes fans are riled up and hoping that the Canes can take the series lead here. If the Preds take the series lead, that is just so unprecedented for what people expected, and it's going to bust quite a few brackets.
You could say their wind is increasing.
No, decreasing.
In the stadium? Never mind, it's fine.
Yeah, in the stadium, but the wind for the Canes is decreased.
Hi, Kevin. Nice to see you too. I look like I would be a country artist. That's nice. I like to sing country music.
I can see that for you.
I like to sing like in the comfort of my home.
The shower is great.
Fun fact, I have songwriting credits on some Spotify songs.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah. My friend I lived with in California, he is a singer, songwriter, producer, and I helped co-write some stuff when I was out there. So I actually have Spotify credits on now.
Amazing.
You get a check every once in a while if there's enough listens and stuff.
Wow, I didn't realize I was in the presence of someone famous.
If you guys are just hopping in, yes, Megan has Spotify credits for songwriting. We are at 10 minutes remaining in the third period for Nashville, Carolina. Nashville is still holding a 2-1 lead over Carolina after Carolina's goal was reversed in the second period. Carolina has not been able to light the lamp since then, although they have outshot Nashville 26-21. I will say Carolina has not had a shot in quite a few minutes. The first goal.
Yeah, it's been pretty low shooting for both teams for a while now.
Yeah, one of the first period goals, it was the first shot on net in 6 minutes and 5 seconds, which is a crazy statistic for playoff hockey. They need to have a lot more shots if they want to see more, playoff success.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, this game is so important because, like, going back to Nashville, for Nash to be on top, that is so big because, like, that atmosphere in Nashville is ridiculous. Like, I just want the lights. I want to sit in their penalty box. Jesus. Just a thought, but I do still think though that this game looks a little less chaotic, but it's just no one can really settle it enough or long enough to really capitalize. Guys, I would never sing on stream. So
get her enough tequila shots and she will.
That's true. Fair. I love tequila. I was drinking tequila last night. Guys, ask us questions about hockey. We're not talking about singing anymore. Guys,
I want the Canes to score. I just don't.
Who's gonna be the next goal? Who's gonna be the next goal here?
I just feel like if they score, then
We've got a Pred
in
on
dangerous
hat trick
territory.
watch.
On what? Oh, do we?
Yeah.
I did not realize both were scored by the same person.
Oh yeah, we've got a Pred on hat trick watch.
How exciting!
There are a couple folks on Carolina that are due to score. I would say Stahl's due to score. Sebastian Aho is due to score. Dougie Hamilton's a pretty high point producer for the blue line. Good time to talk about Gretzky. Yes, Stabby. I'm
Yes.
so sorry I forgot about it. Wayne Gretzky resigned as vice chairman of the Edmonton Oilers today, which was convenient timing as they just got swept, as we've discussed. However, there are quite a few rumors that he is going to be brought on as a TV show analyst now that the television rights for NBC are shifting over to ESPN in Turner Sports. So love to hear what you guys think about him potentially being one of the new TV hosts. I'm always interested to think about what's happening to all the folks that are currently NBC hosts. You know, do they just kind of are they inducted into ESPN and Turner Sports, or are they out of a job and go somewhere else? I have no idea. What is going to happen to Patrick Sharp?
Oh, I hope he goes.
Where is he going? Will he be okay?
He better be on my TV next season. Whew.
Well, Wayne
I
Gretzky
will
is
riot.
probably going to be. Do you guys think that Gretzky wanted to go on TV, or do you think it had something to do with the Oilers also, you know, not living up to expectations?
Yeah.
I was talking about this earlier, and we were kind of just saying, I was talking with my trainer because he plays hockey and likes the Rangers and shit. And we were just like, Gretzky has struggled with every job he's had after he left, like, playing. So he's like, maybe I'll give this a try now, you know? Like, find something he can actually, like, succeed at again.
Yeah. I think
That's
for him
just
joining the Oilers, it seemed like he was really there trying to be a part of McDavid's success, but they're just it hasn't really turned into success for the team as much as McDavid and Draisaitl have been, you know, beating records and, you know, outstanding players. And I just, it seems like with the timing of him leaving, he definitely got an offer and started thinking, you know, maybe this isn't where I want to be.
Got a lot of momentum for Carolina coming out of this commercial break, which is great to see. Obviously, we just said Carolina was very low on shots for the last few minutes. We got a breakaway by Nashville as well in a good shot that we saved.
Go. Oh, damn it. Straight into.
So we'll see if Carolina can continue to capitalize on the momentum on the ice right now. One thing that we've mentioned quite a few times is that the physicality of this game is much better than we saw in the Penguins-Islanders last night. The first scuffle after the whistle for the Penguins and the Islanders was not until the third period. There was little to no physicality, which makes it doesn't even look like playoff hockey. There is no momentum there if you wait until that deep into the game to start hitting each other, particularly when you're getting deep into the playoffs.
Yeah, for sure. Hi, Jeremy. Thanks. It was fun. Yeah,
So
I feel like
we are the Slapshot Sweethearts. You can check us out where you found just our YouTube name is our name everywhere.
Yeah. Shan, you brought up McDavid. I wanted to bring up what Rod said on his show today. Like, basically, he's just saying that Connor McDavid's career is literally just being wasted. And I think that's 100% true. And I want to hear you guys' take. Do you think he will try to finesse a move in this offseason?
Or, you know, his contract is not small. And the salary cap. Oh, and Carolina ties the game up with 7 minutes remaining.
Oh.
Have you heard this story before?
Literally. Cannot do it.
No. I mean,
guys, we're just like addicted to OT. Can you tell?
I don't think that McDavid, like, I feel like it'd be a lot harder to finesse. Like, if he really wants out, I think he's going to have to do one of those controversial, you know, public or leaking that he wants to leave.
Yeah.
You know? Because honestly, the Oilers do need a more, like, they could get a lot from him from a team if they're willing. And I don't know, maybe he goes to Seattle. Wouldn't that be a move?
Well, they're not going to not protect him.
But if he publicly says, I hate it here and I will go play in the KHL if you, I don't know.
That's so true. I mean, he has options. And it's like, as soon as he leaves to do anything else, literally, he'll be picked up so fast.
I mean, and you think like, oh, McDavid, like there's no way he could go anywhere else. Like he's their star player, but you look historically, star players will get traded. Captains get traded. We were just talking about Gretzky. Gretzky was with several teams. So I think, McDavid is usually a pretty quiet guy with the media. He doesn't necessarily say a lot, but maybe there's going to be a bit of drama with him this summer. Maybe not the KHL, though. I don't know about that.
Well, guys, if you're just joining us, we have got a tie game with 6 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. The Nashville Predators and the Carolina Hurricanes love to tie the game up in the late third period. We are excited to see if either of these teams can take the lead with 6 minutes and 20 seconds remaining, or if we are going to see yet another Stanley Cup playoff overtime. It seems as though every game we choose to stream has to go to at least one overtime period. Just give us a little bit of overtime in that extra intermission, which is usually fine if Patrick Sharp is on my screen, but he is not tonight. So
so is it worth it?
Oh my goodness. There's a woman behind Saros and Net who has a tassel sequin sparkly mask, and I'm here for it. It's amazing.
What?
If you can kind of see it on the broadcast. They had a closer shot of her, but you can definitely see it behind Saros.
Just through our Twitter in the comments, we usually live tweet games when we are not live. If you have not yet, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. We do NHL playoff coverage every night, and every night we seem to go to overtime. So let's see if we can wrap this up.
Attached to OT. It'll just never stop.
I am feeling exhausted, so I really would love to see any team, anyone. Oh, that was so close for Nashville. Oh, I'm not even lying because I want this to end. Like, that was actually really close.
I'm not even lying. That was good shit.
5 minutes remaining.
Who's going to take this? Like, I swear.
It's hard to ignore the fan noise that I'm sure is happening on my muted TV right now from PNC Arena.
Yeah. Guys, I know we half love overtime because we get to hang out with you guys longer, but doing it every day, like I know I was out yesterday, but it gets really tiring.
Well, if you join our Discord, you can chat with us all day, all the time about whatever you want.
Oh my God, I thought that went in. You can't tease me like this. Yes, almost. Almost what? Every day? Yeah, almost. Hey, sometimes you need a night off. Guys, I really need these round 2 matchups and schedules. Jesus,
I really need
to solidify.
Us to have it solidified.
Well, we got to fight at the Nashville event.
Yeah.
4 minutes remaining in the third period. We've got 2 players on hat trick watch. The 2 goals from Nashville and the 2 goals from Carolina, both by the same players. So we'll see if either of these players can solidify a hattie with their third and winning goal.
Wait, can someone remind me, do either of these 2 teams throw animals on the ice?
Yes, catfish.
Nashville throw a catfish.
But they're away, so I doubt they're catfish.
They could have, if there's a Nashville fan there, there's a chance.
There is a chance. Which we never got to talk to someone who had done that before.
Yeah, John Walker
in Discord right now, but since we're right here, might as well talk here for a minute.
Dog Walker OT playoff hockey is great. There's just been a ton of it this year. John Larson, the Canes did wake up. They have got a ton of momentum. I really think it's attributed to having a full arena of fans. And Troy Johnston, there is so much hockey momentum in the States as well. It's great.
Yeah, especially women's hockey. Which players? What? Carolina should throw bacon in honor of Hamilton.
That would be traumatic.
Oh, I have to see what you responded to me on Twitter. Shannon posted and was like, "Who's excited for Hamilton?" And I literally just responded from my personal Twitter.
Rude.
I was like, "Not me."
That was so mean.
Madison Packer liked our tweet. Oh, because you tweeted at her.
All right, guys, we've got a couple minutes remaining. We're in a commercial break. Do you guys think they can wrap this up in regular time? Going OT?
Please.
Not what we want, what we think. What is realistic, folks? If you guys have not yet, make sure you throw in the comments how you're feeling about this game so far. It is chaos in PNC Arena. We are excited to see the last few minutes of this game. And if you have not yet, make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new with us. We are excited to see what happens. They are counting the decibels, and I have a headache just looking at it.
That's a lot.
With your silent TV.
I am tired, people. It is only Tuesday.
Guys, we got this. Okay, let's go. Pick up the pace here, Gabe.
Yeah. I feel like, honestly, I truly believe that there could be a late goal from either team and the other team.
There's 4 minutes remaining. I mean, there's plenty of time.
Yeah, like I feel like it's going to be one of the teams is going to have to scramble, pull their goalie, try to get this.
Yeah.
We're also 4 away from 580, which is exciting.
Right, a fun question. Megan and I met in college in Washington, D.C., and Jenna is our lovely intern from the Belly Up Sports Podcast Network. If you haven't checked out Belly Up Sports, we have around 50 podcasts that cover the entire realm of sports. Some of us on YouTube, some of us on Spotify, some of us on Apple. So check that out if you are looking for a fresh sports podcast.
Yeah, we're on every single one of those. But we live stream here with you, duh.
Yeah, we love YouTube. YouTube is our spot. Discord, now our new spot. We are on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Meg and Jenna are dabbling in a new TikTok. I have nothing to do with that.
The account is there. The content just isn't up yet.
And I'm sorry, but you unfortunately cannot be the first follower. That was me.
Yeah, you were the first, and I think I was the second.
Yes. I also followed myself from the account. I have no shame. I think that my hockey TikToks are funny.
Megan out here saying that she doesn't like our videos from her personal account, but follows herself from TikTok.
Oh, that was close. Guys, 3 minutes, 30 seconds left here. Carolina has been like pulling away here with shots on goal. Nash is still plateaued from early in the period. So Carolina definitely has the momentum here. Hopefully they can go. Someone can score in the next 3 minutes and 22 seconds.
Yeah, Statman, we're always hiring at Belly Up. There's a join the crew link on their website. Just fill that out, and our personnel department, personnel interns actually, will get right back to you.
Where I'm on. Oh, where's this?
Thanks for hopping in, Jets Winnipeg. Nice win last night.
Yes. Do you like my graphic I posted?
Got 3 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in the third period.
Where's this Jets Winnipeg? How do you feel about Seltzy? I need to know.
What?
There is a Bud Light seltzer situation happening. Oh, come on. That was such a missed pass.
Oh, that's so dumb. He's number 95. It's all his fault.
That on the Canes, that would be Brady.
Go. Oh, damn it. Okay, guys, someone take out the goalie, then someone else score.
They never pull the goalie when they're tied.
No, I meant like take out as in
physically.
Like physically take out. You know, that thing you're not supposed to do.
Remember when Carolina scored a goal in the second period and then it was taken back?
Yeah. That was crazy.
Now it hurts.
A tie game if that game wasn't that goal wasn't taken back.
Or maybe it would have completely had a different momentum because the Canes kind of lost it after that. So maybe we would be in the same spot.
Carolina face-off won in Nashville zone. A bad shot deep from Carolina. Let's see if they can. Oh, good save by Saros that is deflected into the stands.
Alex, I can teach you how to TikTok when you teach me how to bet.
There's no how to TikTok.
Yes, there is.
It's. Believe me, I had to explain to my parents. There's many ways to get confused on there. But once my mom got the feed curated to show her puppies, she was set.
Shannon, did you ever watch the video I sent you earlier?
No, I don't like TikTok. I really don't. You rarely send me videos that I'm entertained by.
Wow. You know what, Meg? You can send me all the videos you want. I'll follow you on TikTok.
I don't like TikToks because they end so abruptly. I watch 10 seconds of something that I'm lukewarm about, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Meg, we're going to be TikTok mutuals, and you can send me all the videos.
Love it. Follow me. I'll follow you back after the stream.
Okay. I can't because I'm watching the game on my phone, but after the stream.
Oh, yes. Okay. Yeah, do that. Oh, we're playing soccer apparently. Pass it.
2 minutes remaining in the third period. Nashville's going down into Carolina's end. Hopefully someone can regain steady control of the puck because that's not what they have right now. And we are getting dangerously close to overtime.
Guys, have I ever told you that I hate overtime? Okay. 1 minute, 47 seconds. Is someone going to score?
Yes. No.
I like the positivity there. I'm there with you. I think it'll happen. People are mean and inappropriate on TikTok. Oh my gosh, get on a different side of TikTok.
Yeah, you definitely have to curate it so you want what you want. I am not afraid to block people, to do whatever on any social media, honestly.
Yeah, I block everyone.
Yeah, you gotta have self-care online.
Yeah.
Minute 47 seconds remaining. We've got a face-off in Carolina's zone. Nashville wins the face-off. Get a shot that's blocked. Shot goes wide. And Carolina clears into Nashville's zone. Won't be icing, though. Oh, no, it will be icing. It was close.
Yeah, it will. Oh. Jesus, criminy. Well, that lasted all of 10 seconds.
If you guys have not yet, I sent our Instagram link in the chat. Make sure you follow us there. We are also on Twitter, Facebook, Discord, TikTok, as we've been discussing. So check us out on all of your favorite social media channels. Just search Slapshot Sweethearts and you will find us.
Jets Winnipeg. I'm not. I know you're talking about me. This is just how I look.
That's so funny since she joined a period ago. And she's bored by the game already.
I'm not. I'm just, that's like what my face looks like when I'm watching.
I will say they are playing very exciting at the moment.
It's just like messy. Like no one's consistent. I feel like the puck handling is so bad. Like, I just, like, it's fine. We're going to OT. We know it. We're used to it.
Yeah, except not for 8 o'clock games.
Yeah, no, not at all.
30 seconds remaining in the third period.
My face really does look bored when I'm just sitting here.
I just feel so hopeless.
What?
I just don't think that this is no.
15 seconds.
Carolina got some great puck handling, but Saros is going to save that. 9 seconds remaining. They're going to take one face off, and that's going to be that.
Yeah, I was going to say that was the best puck handling we've seen all period.
All right, folks. Well, that's great. It's fucking great.
Exactly what we needed tonight.
Rested game face.
I can work with that. That works for me. I'm here for it. I'll put it in a bio somewhere. Resting game face. Oh, guys, why didn't we cover Canada?
Because every other YouTuber on the site covered Canada today.
That is true. That is true.
But this game was way faster. This game is taking 5 dude,
I'd love to know why every game I pick to stream goes to overtime. Let me know if you think the Pens Isles or the Florida game is going to go to overtime, because I'm going to do the opposite one.
I think the Pens is more
gone
like
to overtime twice.
I feel like Florida is more likely to not.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Also, not to be the bearer of bad news here, but I haven't seen my mom since she got off work. So
Bye, Jenna.
hypothetically might leave right now. Not that I don't love you guys and appreciate the internship, but
Jenna, you're fired. Just kidding.
Jenna,
I
please
got
go
an
and
email
be ready to
today.
work tomorrow.
I got an email from Belly Up today telling me I didn't get the internship, and I was like, boy, I work for you.
Guys, our email system needs some tender loving care.
Anyway, okay, Jenna, good night. I hope
Yeah.
you have a lovely evening.
It's been lovely. I will possibly be back for the first period tomorrow, depending on the game, but I will be doing lots of content and stuff tomorrow. It's been great hanging out. I'm going to go pet my dog.
Wholesome content.
It's been real. Have fun in overtime.
Bye.
Oh,
And then there was us.
folks.
Here we are, guys. Here we fucking
It's sad
are.
because Jenna's in a different time zone, so it's an hour earlier for her.
I just like wake up way too early to do this. The teams played each other in the regular season so much. OT will be way. Honestly, I think you're right, John. Like, they're too prepared to face each other, if that makes sense. You know, like they've just done it. They're so over each other.
Packages. What?
Mhm.
One of those might be a Minnesota Wild jersey, folks. One might be an Edmonton Oilers jersey.
Who's to say? Not me.
Who's to say, guys, if you're just joining us, we are waiting for yet another overtime between the Carolina Hurricanes and Nashville Predators. We have a 2-2 tie game, 2-2 tied series. This is literally just like last night, except I refuse to go to double overtime. Quite frankly, I don't know that I will be doing 2 overtimes. So they best figure it out in one.
Yeah. They gonna figure it out, guys.
Yes, Megan is wearing a Mets sweatshirt. Let us know who you think is taking this game. Obviously, whoever takes this game is going to go in with the series lead and put the opponent on elimination watch for Game 6 in Nashville on Thursday. So this is a big overtime. Hopefully, they come up with a little bit more momentum than they did prior. What is different about playoff hockey that is not consistent with regulation is that there is a full intermission between each period of overtime, which gives us.
I wouldn't hate overtime if they didn't have to sit here and wait 20 minutes.
But we've got to wait 20, probably a little shorter now. It's been going on for a couple minutes now.
Yeah, but then they have to like prep. Like
Liam McHugh's another cutie, but he's just not Patrick Sharp.
it's just so different. What a different vibe. Overtime and when you guys watch games, it's cursed always overtime. Oh, I know. Have we had any games that were in OT?
Yes, but then we just turned on a second game.
Oh, that's true.
Something I would have done tonight. Yeah.
Spencer Knight has to get the start tomorrow. I think he should.
100%. Yeah, he's got.
I think it'd be so stupid not to. If anyone has an argument against it,
Oh my
let
God,
us know.
guys, if I had another Slim Jim, I would be in such a better mood.
Guys, I had really good ice cream tonight. All these OTs are killing me. Joseph, me too. Like, what the hell? But guys, it's never a bad day to have more coffee. Oh, my phone just decided it was bedtime. Fun. Okay, guys. Twofold question here. A, which team is going to score? And B, will it be a hat trick? Since both teams have the opportunity to create that in this OT. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. I hope they start Bob tomorrow. Do you
You
really?
hope that because you're rooting for the Bolts.
I was going to say, if you're rooting for Florida, I think you should be in favor of Spencer Knight. See, I feel like the Pens should go after that sitch. Not that they would get him at all by any means, but still a thought.
Who do you want to get?
Spencer Knight.
That's never going to happen. They're never giving him up.
I know.
Guys, if you're just joining us, we're waiting on overtime for the Nashville Predators, Carolina Hurricanes. If you're just joining us, thank you for hopping in. I know it is late on the East Coast. I would love to go to bed. Make sure that you're just hopping in. You like the video and you subscribe to the channel. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers. We have committed to a 24-hour stream once we hit 8,000 subscribers.
If it's before the end of playoffs.
If it's before the end of playoffs, and we will be doing it for charity of some form since we will be able to monetize the channel. So make sure that you help us get there. We're super excited to be well on our way.
Yeah, but if no one watched that 24 hours, then we're stopping. Canes. No hat trick. Canes. And sure, why not get the Hattie? Good. Now I'm switching to Canes win. No hat trick. Great. So overall consensus, Canes are going to win is what we're saying. And they're going to do their little storm surge. Very excited to see that. That's low-key why I want them to win, because I want to watch that happen, because I'm like very fascinated by it now. And then Shan, your little piggy will get a win, right?
My piggy will, you know what? I don't care who wins as long as everyone's happy.
I don't think everyone can be happy with anything here.
As long as it's done within the first 10 minutes of overtime, I am pleased.
Oh, Dan thinks Johansson is going to score a winner for Nash.
Yeah, Dan, we've got, like we said, 2 people on Hattie Watch. Both goals for Nashville scored by the same person. Both goals for Carolina scored by Nikos.
Who disliked this live stream? Probably someone who thought we were going to actually show the game. But we can't do that because that's illegal. It's okay. No publicity is bad publicity. Am I right?
Sebastian Aho is due for a goal. Stop, man.
Yeah, I'm here for that. Who else you guys are? Guys, if you could make any like ideal matchup for the second round, who would it be? Like, given what we already know. I'll make that more specific. Ready? Okay. So the Jets are going to play the Leafs or the Canadiens. Who would you rather see the Jets against? Ooh, let's drop my phone. Give it to me. Let me see them. Thoughts. How do you watch? We should make a song about that. That'd be funny. Any thoughts on the North Division, guys? Leafs. Yeah, John Larson. I feel like that's like kind of the inevitable at this point. Kelly, Leafs, yeah. It's so much in Toronto's favor right now that I'd be shocked if Montreal made this comeback. Vegas and Avs. Oh, yeah, as an ideal matchup, totally. That'd just be like such like an intense series. I like want to be confident in Vegas being able to win tomorrow, but I like just the nerves inside of me just do not agree. The Maple Leafs will give the Jets some serious problems. I mean, like, I feel like I've been sleeping on the Jets. I'm so sorry. I keep yawning. I low-key, but also the Leafs historically suck in playoffs. So I don't know what's going to happen. What are y'all's thoughts on the Sabres? They have done terrible this year. Yeah, they suck, but they're so important to everyone else. So that matters still. Doesn't matter. Jets are coming out of the North. That's some confidence, little boomer. I'm here for it, though. I'm low-key, now that like they beat the Oilers, I'm just here for it. They can totally do that. Okay. Now, which is relevant to yesterday, you know, the Bruins are moving on in the East. Who do you think will join them, or who would you rather join them? The Penguins or the Islanders? Montreal Club Le Hockey. Let's talk East. East Division's my fave. Islanders, ouchie. Sad. Pittsburgh Islanders. Both series in the North have been mundane. I think that's fair. And Leafs aren't playing the Bruins right now. Guys, how wild would that be, though? I feel like that would be very tense of a situation to have Bruins, Leafs. If Leafs get Tavares back, that could take the Jets, but money has how much I think for. Yeah, I feel like whether or not Tavares comes back is good in a timely manner is going to be a big factor for the Leafs moving forward. I want the Pens, but if it goes Islanders, I'm rooting for Boston. Me too. My God, I can't keep up. I'm so bad at reading. I don't have a preference either. I just like Pittsburgh. Yeah. Vincent, if you're a Sabres fan, then I hope for you that they can get it together too. Islanders even, though my bracket says Penguins. Pens. Thank y'all. Islanders. So I feel like we're pretty split on Pens Islanders. I think either way, it's going to be a really good series. But similar to, I think it was Callie who said it, if it's Bruins Islanders, I will be rooting for the Bruins to come out of it. Just saying. Okay, let's move on to the West as we prep for this matchup to start, since Central is the only one that doesn't have anyone who is officially advanced. So we know the Avs are moving on. Who would you rather see them face, Vegas or Minnesota? Me or Jenna? It's okay. She's not here. Bruins would sweep the Islanders. Ooh, that's some confidence. It said today he has a knee injury and also will be out for 14 days most likely. Yeah, they were saying 14 days a few days ago. I saw. So I'll be curious. But also depends which goalie shows up for the Pens. Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I don't really have faith in either. Hi, Darren.
Or all three.
Jets, Winnipeg, Vegas. Yeah, for sure.
Here, guys, we're hoping that OT intermission wraps up in the next few minutes. The game, if you're just joining us, is tied 2-2 between Nashville and Carolina. This is the second game that is going to go to overtime. They went to overtime on Sunday as well. The series is tied 2-2. Whoever wins this will go in with the season lead going into Game 6 in Nashville on Sunday. Let us know who you think is going to take this win in overtime and how long it's going to take. They did go to 2 overtimes on Sunday. We are not looking for that. It's getting late on the East Coast, but excited to watch this with you guys and answer any questions you guys have about how the game is going so far.
Yeah. Okay, so we have a lot of comments rolling in about the West Division here, looking at which matchup you would rather see facing the Avs. I feel like Vegas is stronger, but Wild is playing better. Rather see the Wild, but it'll be Vegas, Minnesota. Okay, leaning a little closer to Vegas, but still seeing both guys. Not a bad situation here. 33 minutes into OT. What do you mean? Are you saying that's going to be 2 OTs?
Isn't that what it was for the Jet or the Penguins Islanders last night?
For some reason, I don't want Vegas to win a cup yet, for the sole reason that they are too young. That's not fair. They don't have any control over that. I'd be okay with Minnesota making the comeback because I think I was right series. Interesting. Vegas, Avs destroy Vegas, but would be a harder time with Wild. Yeah, the Wild is a really tough competitor. I don't think anyone can really fight that. Vegas would be fastest extension franchise to ever win a championship. Yeah, but they also are the first one to have this like modern expansion, which kind of works better in their favor, or did at least in that scenario. Ooh, we are back seeing highlights. Hopefully that means we are going to start OT any minute now.
Any minute now. I apologize, but I have quieted down. My boyfriend has gone to bed, so we cannot yell as we typically do.
My sister has gone to bed.
We must look at overtime quietly.
Hush tones, Lionel. Hush tones.
Hush,
Name
hush.
that movie. We are about to have puck drop.
is about to drop, everyone.
The puck is dropping, guys. We need to like add like little mics so we can do like ASMR. The puck is dropping.
Everyone, the puck is dropping.
Guys, this is Slapshot Sweethearts After Hours now.
The puck is actually officially dropped. We're starting the period tied 2-2, series tied 2-2, and Carolina is out shooting Nashville 35-25 at the start of first period overtime. Let us know who your last guesses are and who's going to score this goal. Hopefully we can wrap this up sooner rather than later. As Megan and I have said, we have got some snuzzing roommates.
I don't have a home, so I just bother different people every night I stream. Playoff ASMR, guys, I'm serious. Like, I'll like get ice in a cup and like put like a blade on it. It'll be like skating, and then I don't know what happened to DeSmith. He's hurt. I think he has a lower body injury, I believe. Oh my god, I feel like you should not be allowed to just like put your skate on the puck.
Yeah, they're looking for a penalty. Yeah, he's going to the box for holding.
Yeah, I was like, that feels really wrong.
We're going to have a Nashville power play on that. Fans at PNC Arena are very displeased with the call, but it's pretty clear cut.
I was going to say, that's a very obvious call. We all know Carolina wins. Do we know that? Do we?
Guys, I feel like you're sleeping on Nashville.
I feel like this is truly anyone's game, which is the frustrating part, because then there's like no confidence that they're going to score anytime soon, even though we can like pray to Jesus that they will score like any second now. But who's to say? That would be funny if Shannon screams as loud as she can. Just like your name right.
I'm going to wake him up anyway. It's okay.
It's fine, guys. We can let people get angry with us.
It's very early in the playoffs.
I was going to say, it's not going anywhere. It's fine. I'll just get Shannon up to the beach and we'll just stream from LBI all the time.
Let's check on, well, we've got dead play, how our subscriber and like counts are doing. We've got 64 likes on the video, and we're at 579 subscribers. If any of you folks in the comments have not hit the subscribe button, get us to 580 before this game ends. Please, please, please. We want to hit 600 going into the weekend.
Let's do it before this power play ends.
Well, 580, not 600.
Oh, yeah, that one too. Come on, y'all. Come on.
It would really be awesome if Nashville would stop letting Carolina clear the puck during this power play.
Why is Carolina playing stronger in this power play? This is not what we want to see.
Got a dead play. Curious to see why.
Yeah, I was going to say, I did not see an issue there. Clearly missed. That was a tough penalty to take.
It was.
Yes.
Only if they do something with it.
I was going to say, honestly, I feel like both these teams have really been sleeping on the power play opportunity. Like
Carolina scored on one.
What?
Carolina scored on one. It was offside.
Right. But I feel like this entire series, it's been like very minimal like action and power plays for them, for like both teams. There's like one a night. Storm Surge? Wait, does that mean they scored?
No.
Oh,
Please
no.
don't do that, Sean. Although, thanks for joining us.
That. Guys,
I would be worried as a Canes fan, though, if they do let Nashville go 3 goals or 3 games unanswered. That is going to be.
There will still be another game at least, so everyone has time to redeem themselves.
Is that another penalty?
Yeah.
I think we're going to have 5-on-3 for no?
No. It's going to be
4-on-4.
4-on-4. Yeah, 4-on-4.
Great. Keep putting people in the box. Let's get some goals in.
Less people on the ice, the better. Yeah, so that'll leave, assuming no one scores. Which
we call.
That was like I see it, but it wasn't like intentional. I feel like they both kind of just like skated into each other. Like
fucking dumb call.
No one was like anything.
If somebody scores on it, then whatever. But if they don't, that's a bullshit call.
Yeah, but that also gives Carolina a 45-second power play at the end of this too. A potential opportunity? Maybe. We shall see. Yep,
so as a recap, there's 18 minutes, 17 seconds remaining in OT. We've already got 4-on-4, and Carolina will go on the power play for 45 seconds at the end of this. Oh, a goal by Carolina!
Why does the clock never start?
Stahl is winning this game for Carolina.
Yeah! Oh my God! Storm Surge! Sean, you can be happy now. Yay! Yay! Give me the Storm Surge. I want to clap. Bye, Nash. It's fine. We'll see you tomorrow. Or not tomorrow, in 2 days. Oh, guys, I'm so excited to get back. I just want to watch the Nashville arena again.
People, did we hit 580 subscribers and before that goal was scored?
I did say before the power play. We did. We did. Thanks, guys. I love a good hockey excitement, hug, scrum. I hate it when it feels predictable. Oh, I know. Oh, we're storm surging, Shannon. How did they decide this?
I don't have the same passion for the storm surge that you do, but
Well, I don't have the same passion for that pig, so you win some, you lose some.
they don't even skate around. They just clap their hands.
Yeah, they stand there and they're just like,
All right. Well, it is really fun to see all the fans in PNC Arena. It does remind you of what playoff hockey's supposed to be like. So Thank you again, everybody that watched another overtime with us, although this one was a bit shorter. Really appreciate it. Thank you guys for getting us to 580 subscribers tonight and over 60 likes on the video. Super excited. Again, tomorrow we are either covering the Pens Islanders game or the Battle of Florida, both elimination games. Not sure which one we'll be doing yet. Make sure that you hit the subscribe button. You follow us on social media so you find out which game we're doing. Excited to see you guys tomorrow and have a great evening.
night, guys.